Hey, we're live. Oh my goodness, Scott.
Yep.
Scott, you died.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. I'm seeing it. I'm watching it right now.
Oh, you talking about Hearthstone?
Yeah,
I
Hearthstone.
thought you were
You're
talking
not.
about getting
You're.
hit by a truck again.
You know you're alive. This is bonus content. I'm Alex, as always. We got Scott, Tony, and Nabashin, and joining us is Sean Pitts.
I waved.
The wave. This is the video part of the show. So
Okay,
people
good.
can see. Who will have the formal introduction to later, of course. Sean, how you doing, man? How's life?
Pretty good, pretty good.
You shared some interesting information with us.
Man, I got
before.
so many funny stories.
You know what? If you've had an interesting week, I'd love to hear about it.
Just an interesting life. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll just throw it out there. I have a bladder infection. That's what we
Okay.
were talking about beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but hopefully that goes away someday.
Someday.
I mean, ready to get hit by a hurricane.
Yeah, the hurricane's coming. Bladder infection. The hurricane will be good cover for the pee.
The peeing outside. Yeah, I pee outside frequently. I don't know why I asked if we were alive before I told that story. No, I just realized I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, like, who's gonna judge you? I feel like we have frequent outdoor peers.
All the time. Come on, I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, like you can't withhold it. We haven't talked in like forever.
That's a good point. We haven't.
We send like quick messages to one another, like flirtations.
Oh yeah, I'm an expert at flirting with men.
Quickly, like about like, hey, are you coming to New York Comic Con? And then I'm like, my house exploded, so probably not. And then that's pretty much the end of it.
And then I still gave you shit. I was like, you should really come to Comic Con. I know your house exploded and all. I know your house exploded, but you should come to Comic Con.
Assuming I find a new place to live in a timely manner, though, we may go to San Francisco in December.
You really should do that one regardless.
Yeah.
I'm going. I can't wait. I just bought my plane ticket yesterday.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much for sure going to happen. But
PSX is gonna be awesome. You know who I've been playing a lot of Destiny with?
Who?
Our friend Woody.
Oh, Woody. How's he doing?
He's very good at Destiny.
I see him playing Destiny frequently on the PlayStations.
Yep, that's where we play.
Still got that snake in his boots.
Yeah, he's still got a snake in his boot. This town's still like big enough for the two of us.
Someone
going
poisoned
to
the
infinity.
water hole.
Yeah, someone poisoned the water hole. Like it's a shit life pretty much constantly.
But hey, you're his favorite deputy, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
It's true. He is very good at Destiny. Alarmingly.
like MLG Pro good.
Well, he's just like knows everything. Like
Yeah.
when we were doing the raid, he knew how to do everything. He was like, "Oh, well, I read every article on Reddit beforehand." I was like, "Oh, all right." Like every article ever.
So like we'll get to it later. Actually, we'll get to Destiny later since I have so many questions for you who knows so much more than me. Anything interesting happen, Sean? How's life doing?
Life's been stressful, very stressful. So, not official, but I'm working on moving to San Francisco. So I've been doing stuff for that, and then one of my friends from England might be moving to San Francisco with me.
Okay.
So we're like trying to work that out, and then I had to plan a New York Comic-Con meet and greet for Kind of Funny fans, which was alarmingly stressful. And now I'm doing hotels for PlayStation Experience for Kind of Funny fans. It's busy.
Yeah, for people who don't know, you are basically the best friend extraordinaire for Kind of Funny.
Yes, I am their pseudo community manager, as
Yeah.
Greg calls it.
You are everyone's best friend if you are a fan of Kind of Funny.
100% true. I'm flying. Tom Hawkins, another best friend, is flying and staying at my house for New York Comic Con.
There you go.
Yeah, so I try to do because I want to work there.
Yeah, I mean, you do a great job. I mean, we spent a lot of time together in San Francisco at Kind of Funny Live.
Bath times, all sorts of times.
Yeah, bath time. We were in a bathtub together at one point. We were in an apartment of a person we had just met, Woody, who we just mentioned, like just talking until like 5 a.m. one night.
Yep, about life and breaking bones in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you scared me, probably for the rest of my life.
You should. I tore my my meniscus in my knee, so I haven't been able to really train that much, which kind of sucks. I need surgery to fix it.
Are you gonna be primed and ready to kill me by the time we get to?
Nah, I could do that right now.
Okay, I figured as much.
Even without a meniscus.
Yeah, it's just one hand, honestly. Yeah, no, we spent a lot of time together. You probably put more work into like taking care of that community just as like a person who gives a shit than anyone in any community I've ever actually been a part of. So
Thank you. It really means a lot. You know, I have a lot of help. I'm just really good at taking all the credit.
yeah,
No,
I mean,
I'm
like,
just kidding.
incredibly good. No, you.
But really, there's a lot of hardworking people out there in the kind of funny community.
Mhm. And you're good at like bringing them together. So
Yeah. And you're good at making everybody else look bad with your work ethic. What if you like 205 days in a row already?
206 today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
And your house exploded.
and my
Most
house
people would take a
exploded.
day. Most people would be like, you know what?
You know, there was
okay.
there was almost a day this week where I was laying down in bed trying to sleep and I couldn't sleep. I'm like, there must be something I didn't do today, and I'm like, oh, I haven't written, and then I got up and wrote. So if I had gone to sleep, then that would have just been the end of it. But
I don't know how you do that.
I don't know. It's just like it's at this point, it's probably more stressful than it is anything else because I'm like always thinking like, fuck, did I write today? Did I write today? Because like I've gotten so far, and I've already decided that after I hit 1 year, I'm just gonna stop because it's just too much pressure.
Yeah, it's only another 160 days away. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's easy.
Right there.
I mean, I'm more than halfway there.
That
if you
is
think
weird,
about it,
yeah.
So, like I've done the hard part. The easy part is just kind of sliding downhill and finishing
Yeah.
out.
I
But you know,
What was I saying? I haven't seen you in a really long time. I just realized that. It's funny because you're always with me
yeah, in the heart.
in the heart. So I
I
didn't
mean-
realize it's actually been a long time since we've talked.
Yeah, it's we have an open line of communication via
course.
text message.
Yeah, we're always both so busy.
Yeah, and anytime like I text you, you're like, well, I've got like 70 things to do, and then you text me and I have 70 things to do. So it works
Yeah.
out. We're here now. We made it happen. You're
Yeah,
here
it's good.
on IP.
Yeah, my travel schedule has finally calmed the fuck down a little. I
Yeah,
flew
you-
20,000 miles since May.
Yeah, I
been
don't.
rough.
I don't even know like how.
Neither do I. My bank account's asking me the same question. American Express is like, yeah, you're gonna pay us one day, right? I'm like, maybe. Maybe.
At the very least, you've had a lot of interesting stories throughout this year.
Oh yeah. San Diego Comic-Con was a life-changing experience.
I'm sure most of them probably can't be said here, but
Most of them can't be said, yes. Some of the things that Nick Scarpino has told me directly have been the most enlightening / horrifying things I've ever heard another human being say.
yeah, I mean, you're gonna give me all the dirty details.
Oh, of course. I'm going
In
to tell you all
December.
about his fan fiction Fast and the Furious where The Rock and Vin Diesel do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought that was pretty much a given.
Yeah, you got to follow my Periscope for those juicy deets.
Cool, man. And we're gonna give you the full intro when we get to the show and talk about video games. It's
I
good
love
to
me
t-
some video games.
Oh yeah, it's good to talk to you again.
It's good to talk to you too. Of course, we're gonna be living in San Francisco one day, so
Yeah,
We'll
we're
see
gonna
each
be
other all the time.
Partying, drinking.
Oh, yeah. not me.
Not you drinking, but you'll just watch me deteriorate.
I'll watch you drink,
Yeah.
drive you home.
Of course.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to get back to San Fran though.
Yeah.
New Jersey sucks.
Maryland is boring but nice. So,
That's a good point.
Scott, how about you, man? How was your week? Did you do anything?
Not too much. There was
Okay.
a lot of trying to get ready for the hurricane, but then not actually getting ready for the hurricane at all.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. Like, we were. I was sitting in.
Well, you don't have a house to get ready for the
True.
hurricane.
You didn't even have to have the hurricane destroy your house. Your
Yeah,
house
like-
just got destroyed beforehand.
I took care of that ahead of time. I was like, "Oh, hurricane's coming! Boom! All right, we're set." And like, we moved all
Funny
this.
because your house exploded.
It's funny because yes, thank you, Scott. And we moved like we have holes in the roof of that house that I don't live in anymore. But we moved all the stuff out, so like the hurricane is probably gonna just destroy the roof, and the third floor is gonna be soaked. We don't have any shit there anymore, so
You don't give a fuck.
yeah, like I'm done.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's it's a crazy. I'll give that update in a moment, though. Yeah. So, what kind of preparation does your family do for Hurricane Scott?
Well, we have to tie everything down here. It's
Yeah.
not all that much, but it's either you tie it down, and then you move everything that you can move that's electronic inside.
Yeah. Did you tie Tony down? I don't want to. I want to make sure Tony
What?
doesn't
He's not
fly
my
away.
responsibility.
You know
Get out
what,
of
Scott? If anyone's responsible for Tony, it's you.
It's true.
I actually just sent you a picture, Alex, of what the southern part of my state looks like right now on my
And then
phone,
the-
on your phone.
Okay.
The bigger part of it is we got to go down to Chickatee and then batten down the hatches there because that's right on the coast.
Oh, that's not good. That's Scott. What the picture showing me is what I imagine your Chickatee house looks like.
Probably.
As it is on an island, and this is like underwater, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is the hurricane's in 2 days, by the way.
Yeah,
that was just from the pre-hurricane that we got hit with. Those people are fucked.
Yeah, those people are dead.
Yeah.
Supposed to go either last night or this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But before I went to class yesterday, my dad just told me, he's like, hey, yeah, it's too bad down there. We're just going to have to clean it up next week.
Yeah. You don't have to go there and like tie everything down because now you'll just go there and like find it distributed throughout the island evenly, which, is harder, but, at least you don't have to deal with it. We did get a comment saying that Alex and Sean on the same podcast will make for good content. I also think hurricanes and the pressure that surrounds them makes for good content as well.
Well, yeah, unless the power goes out, and then I can't.
And then there's no content.
Anymore. Yeah, that's what happened last time. I was right about to beat Borderlands 2.
Oh God,
that's when we got hit with Sandy, and I mean we were right there. We were at the final boss fight, and my power went out. And it just never came back. 20 days. It was like almost 20 days. It was 17 days or something like that.
Oh
we were just without power, without heat, without anything.
Yeah, you'd basically sold Borderlands and bought 6 new games by that time.
Yeah, by then, 4 downloadable contents came out. There were 4 expansions by the time I got back.
Yeah. I don't know, Scott. Do you think we're gonna lose power? God, I hope
maybe.
Not.
I'm actually more worried about school being canceled.
Really?
You think they're going to cancel school?
God, I hope so.
Exactly.
God, man, I have classes on Monday. It'll hit Monday, so I have class on Monday night till 10:30 in the evening. So, God, please, yes.
I forgot you guys are in
classes
school
every day. So.
Yeah, we're good, unappreciated kids.
No, you guys are doing it the right way. Don't follow my lead.
Don't follow the Pitts method.
My resume has 4 things on it.
You did send out that tweet earlier this week saying like, "Hey, can somebody help me with this resume?"
Yeah, it was awkward because my girlfriend wrote back. She was like, "So I've been telling you for 3 weeks that I'm in a class in school where you build resumes," and I was like, "I have not been listening to any of that." Babe, did you know that I had to kill the Taken King? I had no time for this bullshit.
The king was taken. I don't understand.
I don't know what you expected. Man, that's a whole... When we get to the Destiny portion, that's a really funny and almost sad because I almost got broken up with conversation.
All right, good. There's so much to look forward to. We've
there
got preview. There's a hurricane. Scott's tied down his whole house.
Yep. I got firewood in my house. I brought in a bunch of firewood.
There's a firewood to light a fire in the middle of your house. Tony's tied down.
Well, I don't have to be.
I hope you are by the time the hurricane hits.
Yeah, that's okay. Basements.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody's basement is fucked.
Yeah, I'm going to be underwater. I'm in a basement right now.
Oh, you're dead, son.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Scott and I are just going to hang out because my house is going to be all underwater.
Yeah, under the sea.
Be that bad. It can't be that bad, though. It can't be as bad as Sandy was. Sandy was so terrible.
Sandy hit you guys way harder than it hit us. So.
That crushed us, dude.
We didn't get hit very hard by Sandy.
People died in my town from Sandy.
Jesus.
Yeah, we had, cars were crushed. The first 3 days after Sandy, we couldn't leave our home. We were running out of food. Because everything was closed, there was no food around. We couldn't get gas, so one of our cars completely ran out of gas. I live in the middle of the woods. So,
this is the most uplifting conversation I think I've ever had.
Yeah, Sandy was really bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, God, let's hope. What is this called?
Joaquin.
I was about to say LaQuisha. It says Hurricane LaQuisha. I'm not sure. Joaquin, yeah, I saw that earlier. Someone at work was like, "Yeah, it's a Category 4 now." So I'm like, "Oh, good."
Man,
so we're all dead.
There's a Robin Williams joke about hurricanes, and I can't remember it now, and I'm kicking myself. But it's like they always give them the weirdest names. They never give you manly names. It's like they should just start making them really flamboyant. I can't remember. And he's like, but it doesn't matter because he's going to Miami and blowing everybody.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe a hurricane is blowing everyone in Miami because Miami's already destroyed probably.
Yeah, Miami's. If this hits Miami, it's gonna fuck it up.
We're on the 3rd Miami as far as I know. Gearhead in the comments below said Scott cleaned it up after the hurricane in Chickatee is going to be like collecting Riddler trophies. which is probably the most accurate.
That's awesome.
Analogy I've ever heard. Anything else, Scott?
I prefer collecting puzzle pieces.
Jiggies. Getting your Banjo-Kazooie jiggies.
Kingdom
Audio
Hearts.
logs.
Favorite puzzle pieces.
Getting the stickers in Kingdom Hearts.
I've never collected anything in a video game, so
Except for all of the loot in Destiny.
all the loot in Destiny.
That
Yeah. I
counts.
don't even collect the ghosts. We're like, you should get the ghosts. It gets your Grimoire score up. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, what the fuck is a Grimoire score anyway?
It's
We'll get
useless.
there. Anything else, Scott?
Not really.
Cool. I like it. Tony, what about you? You tied down? I'm only asking for your safety.
No, we're not.
Are you worried?
Nope.
Okay.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, I think so.
It's we're part like it's unless the house 2 doors down from mine explodes, it should be okay.
Like, honest to God, I'm sitting here. Partly I'm thinking, like, oh, it's a hurricane. We're in Maryland. We'll be fine. But, like, the other part of me is thinking, like, what else is going to happen?
Right. Yeah.
In the past, like, 9 days, my neighbor's house exploded. I've become homeless. I've gotten a flat tire. I lost my voice, and I got bronchitis. Like, what else is going to happen to me?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's a good point. You could lose all your
Gangrene on your feet. No more toes.
I'm going to get gangrene because I'll lose my toes.
At least be part of the gang.
Yeah, I'll be part of a gang. Finally, my aspiration is life.
Gang, green gang.
Anything interesting happened with you this week, Tony?
I mean, it's school and job search and what else happened? Video games.
Yeah, video games. We'll get there.
Sleeping.
Oh, I slept a lot this week too.
It's great.
It was awesome.
It's good stuff.
I actually had some mornings off, so I could sleep in. It was wonderful. Namishin, what about you?
Let's work.
Yeah, man. Twerking?
No, working.
Oh, might be.
Oh.
Is Virginia at all concerned about Hurricane Joaquin?
They are, but I've been so disconnected because of the stress at my job that like I haven't really been paying attention to it. And I guess the stress of my job is because everybody's worried about the hurricane. So it's it was been really busy for the last few days. So I had to do my A game and get shit done. Be me, be the reliable person as I am. So that's
Be
been the
the
thing.
only person that does anything right ever.
No, like my boss lady. I still text my boss lady from time to time. She was in vacation at Disney World like the last week or so, and he was like, "Oh, how are you doing?" And I'm like, "Everyone here is incompetent at this place, including me. I don't know why they fucking made me manager." And I got this shit done, and it's like, and she said that's the reason why, because you get shit done. I'm like, shut up.
Just shut up. I mean, that's better than nothing getting done ever.
Yeah.
Moving-
My manager just keeps asking me, "Oh, you want to be manager? Want to be manager?" I'm like, no.
No.
And he was like, well, they're just programmed. Like you have 180 something days, and you can just quit. Not quit. You got your job. You can just say you don't want it in the middle of it. And I was like, okay, fine. If you just have to get you to stop asking me. So that conversation is a big blur. I don't even know what I agree to. So I could be a manager right now. I don't even know. I was out of it at the time when he asked me that.
If for the 180 days you're getting paid more, and then you can go back to the job that you had before, I mean, maybe that's not too bad a deal.
I mean, if that's what he said, like I said, I was out of it. I was.
You should probably check to see if you signed anything.
I didn't sign anything. It was a verbal conversation.
Yeah, I swear I didn't sign. It was a verbal contract. He's got this weird audio log recording. You have to pick up one of those BioShock phonograph wheels and play it in order to hear what you said.
Oh, BioShock. I hope they make the remastered.
God, we can only hope.
But other than that, my nephew had a birthday party today. More of a get together. His birthday's on Tuesday, so
happy birthday.
Yeah.
Preemptively.
Yeah. So he was gonna buy a bunch of his friends over, and he wanted to make a pretty much gaming base. So my mom asked me to be like, hey, just can you like bring your stuff all over here and like and put it like it's like make almost every TV in this damn house like a video game machine. And I'm like, and so I did it, and I did that all this morning right before I went to work. So like the living room has a PS3, the dining room has like his Xbox One and Xbox 360, and like one of the other rooms has like the Wii U. And I made sure like all the controllers were working. I mean everything was synced. I made sure everything was fine before I left. So I'm like, okay, you got like 4-player Smash right here, so you're fine. You got like the Xbox One's hooked up and everything. They have distinct controls, you'll be good. PS3, okay, I bring down my PS3 so I have all the games, and I even gave him my Wii because I have DLC for like Mario Kart and everything like that. So like, okay, I have everything. Everything is here. So like, just enjoy it, have fun. I'll be at work for the next 8 hours.
Don't break some shit. God damn it, I'll strangle you.
Yeah,
don't delete anything.
Yeah.
And then I came home and he's like, "Oh, only 2 people came by, but I have fun." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So
you were like, "Are you fucking Jesus?"
You get on Craigslist right now and you invite more people. I do all that work, damn it.
That's the way thinking ahead. Like, no, this work is gonna go for something.
Yeah, but he got an Xbox One, so he was happy. And
then you gave me Gears of War, so
yes. He's only 13. I'm gonna play Gears of War. Come on.
Yeah, I mean he's got to learn. It's just he's not there yet.
I was chainsawing people in half when I was 13.
That's where we all started, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But like other than that, like I had like a long conversation with my nephew, because like my mother got really upset with him because he traded his 3DS for Microsoft points for like
God.
So that got him like $65 from GameStop, which is bullshit, but that's GameStop. Yeah. And like and then he played Happy Wars and did like he spent it all, and then it was like, oh, okay, I didn't get anything I want. Oh well. So like he's just like so numb to that now. So he spent thousands of dollars on that fucking game.
He's a whale, man. You're making a whale.
And my mom was livid. She was really upset with him. So like he got upset by that, and so like I had a one-on-one conversation. Not the fucking like parental thing where it's like they tell you something and like you're just supposed to take it. I talked to him, I listened to him, I got his perspective of it, and I try to make him understand it in terms that he understands, because I understand him. Like I said, I don't talk down to kids, so like I get like a better understanding of where their mind is and where they're coming from, so I put it in perspective that they understand. And like it's like you're cutting off every one of your fingers every time you do it, and I put it in terms that he got it, and like now he has a better understanding, and it's more of like the only way he'll get Microsoft points now to be spending on that game is pretty much just like if he earns it, if I do chores and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, that's perfectly fine. And like like I might just give him something just because I feel like giving something to him. But he has a better understanding of it, and yeah, that's an interesting issue to go through. Like when a child's into free to play and doesn't understand the worth of money, and just have to keep asking for it, because like he'll like it's been like a couple of birthdays he asked just for Microsoft points, and like he will give him like $50 of Microsoft points, and he'll just spend it in a day, and he's like, oh, okay, I got a new hat that I really like, but then like 2 minutes later, I got a better hat, and just gets rid of it. So then my mom was done with that shit. So
yeah,
that's crazy.
It's so like you're right, like where the child meets the free to play meets the I don't understand the value of $1. That's some deep shit right there.
Yeah, I'm 20, almost 24, and I still really don't understand the value of $1.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting. We should make a sociological experiment out of this. I do have.
There's a new article for you, Alex.
Yeah, right.
I do have some people in the comments. Gearhead posted also, just as a reminder, that the week before my house blew up, Persona 5 was delayed till 2016.
I mean, but you had to see that coming.
I saw that coming, but creating the worst September of my life. And then
September 11th happened in September.
True. Yeah, but that didn't affect me directly.
Oh, fucking high class Alex O'Neil, like the biggest world tragedy. Like, no, don't affect me.
I was 10. I didn't understand what was happening. I was emotionally damaged. My mom picks me up from school, and she's like, "There's been an attack." I'm like, "What? What do you mean by it?" And then she drove me by the Pentagon, and I was scarred for the rest of my life. What do you want from me?
Any plane wings?
No, but I saw an exploded building. Oh no, that was last week. No, I saw the Pentagon on fire still. So, yeah, no, that was a different case. That was tragic for America.
I'm just giving you shit. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm just saying personal life tragedies. Things that don't matter, like Persona 5 getting delayed. Someone also said nothing tied down in Delaware, because that's where he lives, and he's not worried about it until tomorrow, so he's probably... Delaware's actually just going to break off, and we'll never talk to that person again.
Delaware's
Becomes an
underneath
island.
me.
Yeah.
I could float away.
Yeah, and Taylor Long in
T-Long.
the comments says, stay safe up there, guys.
Thanks, T-Long.
Yeah, so
You have fun getting your
hopefully...
jade rabbits.
Jade
Sorry.
rabbits, hopefully we just don't die. That's... Hopefully I don't lose power.
He got like
that's always the plan, right? To not die.
Yeah.
he got like 5 exotic drops the first day that Destiny came out, and he got like every good gun in the game. So no, I don't like T-Long.
So he's a piece of shit.
No, I mean we just beat Oryx last night, him and I.
Good,
So
good.
we did the raid.
More
Sorry.
loot. And Barrett is also in the comments, and he said, "Hey, what's up?" Barrett was on last week. You can go listen to that show. That
What's
was
up,
fun.
Barrett?
As for me, that's all now.
Yes.
For me, I went to the doctor this week. As people remember last week, I had pretty much no voice. I'm much better now. I went to the doctor, and they're like, "Hey, you're fine. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, still coughing. I'm like, "Are you sure?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's probably a virus or something." They took X-rays of my chest. They're like, "No, it's fine. We looked at your chest for like a second. It looks good. You can have this gurgling solution, and it'll numb the back of your throat, so it doesn't hurt as much." So I'm like, "Okay, I guess." And I was still like, my voice was still coming and going at that point. So then the next day, the doctor office calls me like, "Yeah, someone else looked at your X-rays. You totally have bronchitis. I don't know what the person told you yesterday."
He doesn't even work here. I don't know how he got here.
But that was like really fucked up what they said, right? Do you want us to get a prescription for you? So I've been taking medicine for that, and hopefully by the end of it, I won't have bronchitis anymore. That's what we can hope for. But at least I can.
That seems like a good goal.
I
Yeah.
can talk fine. And then my tire exploded. Well, it didn't explode, but it just, I guess, like,
Things
Maybe
Everything explodes now.
it's just the only way I see life is as an exploded bomb of horrible nothingness.
like you're pouring a box of Lucky Charms and like it empties, it explodes.
Yeah, the box explodes. Yeah, my tire, I guess, like when I was driving in front of the house that did explode next to my house, there was debris on the ground, and it ruined my tire. So now I need a new tire.
Those are expensive too.
Yeah, tires are not cheap. Luckily, I have a full spare instead of like a spare.
Oh, that's good.
So I can put that on. I just, it's been raining constantly, and I haven't really had a chance. But hopefully I'll get that going by the end of this weekend. I think
I just put new tire. I put new tires on my car like months ago. It cost me like $950.
Yeah,
It's fucking
it's absurd.
brutal.
Luckily, I have a BJ's membership, so I can get cheap tires there.
Gotta love them blowjobs.
Yeah. BJ's stands for Berkeley and Jensen?
I did not know that. I never knew what
shit.
BJ stood
They
for.
probably should have just come up with a different name.
Yeah, right. Like, because any BJ's brand's products are Berkeley and Jensen. I'm like, oh, BJ. Oh, this must be like what it's an abbreviation for, because it's BJ's Wholesale Club. I'm like, why didn't they just call it Berkeley and Jensen's Wholesale Club?
Because
like,
it's not. It's blowjob. That's what it is.
Yeah, because
They're like, that makes
it
sense.
has
Actually,
to be, but it's Blowjobs Club.
I'm just a big
Wholesale
fan
Club.
of BJ's.
Yeah, it's like that's the only reason they had to name it that, because they thought it was funny. At least I'm convinced. So yeah, they sell tires for cheap. So, and on Wednesday, I had a few friends come over. My brother, my roommate, and I. We stayed in our house until like 11 p.m. and got almost everything out, packed up into this pod. For people who aren't familiar what pods are, they're like.
Did you get any help?
Yeah, we had help. I had a few friends over. So,
Okay, cool.
And my dad helped out, and my aunt and uncle actually helped out as well. Yeah, pods are like these big crates that they'll put in front of your house. Then you fill it up. Then they take it and put it in front of wherever you move.
Yep, they're the fucking bomb. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, so it wasn't cheap, but we filled it like floor to ceiling. This 16-foot deep pod. So we got pretty much everything out. My brother said, because he was there last, he said there's maybe like a carload of stuff left. And that's it, and we're good to go. So it's good.
So
Like
all that was on Wednesday.
yeah, that was pretty much all on Wednesday.
That's good.
Yeah, so we're pretty much ready to go somewhere. We just need to have somewhere to go. The other options that we had laid out aren't going to work out, so we have to pretty much start everything all over again. But luckily, we're getting the safety deposit on the house back since kind of what happened to it was out of our control. So we'll just be able to roll that into the safety deposit on whatever house we move to. So
That's good. That's good.
yeah, it's kind of like the best case scenario of what did happen, since like none of our stuff was really damaged. You know, save for stuff on the third floor with the ceiling and everything, and maybe a little bit on the bottom floor with water damage. And yeah, we got most of everything out, so ready to move. Just have to move now. Hopefully, we'll be moving within the next week.
Kind of bummed I've never seen your house.
Never will.
Yeah,
know.
it was a great place too. I was super excited to do Extra Life there, and hopefully the next place we find will be just as comfortable.
Hopefully we can do Extra Life.
I was like, that's still a thing.
Yeah, I mean that's still the plan, assuming because it's still over a month away. So if we move,
Over a month?
yeah, it's October 7th,
Yep.
November 7th.
November 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So assuming we move within the next week or two, which that's the plan, obviously that might not go over too well. I did take some time off since I took off New York Comic Con, so at least I'll have that weekend of time. Assuming we can move in, moving in should be easy. Since we have the pod, we'll just dump that in front of our house, put all our stuff in our house, and then be good. Do some unpacking, we'll be ready to go by November. So.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me when Extra Life was.
Yeah. Are you still doing Extra Life, Sean?
I actually might fly out to San Francisco for the Extra Life and do it with one of my friends.
Oh, cool.
So nothing's confirmed, and by that I mean I just thought that right now, and I just checked my miles, and I have like 80,000 miles. So it's like a couple flights are free.
That's good. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
So the next 2 flights to San Francisco is what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm there so often. It's
Yeah.
the best. It's my favorite city in the world, though. So.
There you go. One of few people, I think, to say that out there too.
Nah, fuck them. They're all whiny bitches.
Yeah, they don't know the East
The
Coast
food
struggle.
sucks, though. The food is terrible in San Francisco compared to New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, New Jersey's got way better Chinese food. First of all, our Chinese food takes a dump on their Chinese food.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
We have subs, like killer subs. You have actual pizza. I don't like pizza, but like, you have real pizza. I really don't like San Francisco pizza. So I think our food is better in everything but Mexican food.
Yeah.
They have the Mexican food there on lock.
It's the thing is like San Francisco has great Mexican food, but I'm like happy just with like Chipotle. Like
Yeah, I'm
We got
not.
pretty good Chipotle here.
yeah, and Chipotle's pretty.
Chipotle is good. Underdogs is so good though.
Yeah, I guess like what I got from Underdogs didn't do it for me.
Oh, I still have a hard on from what I got from Underdogs.
Yeah.
I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about that burrito.
I'll have to try there again.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have time. So, I think that's all I did this week. I played Destiny. Are we there yet? No, we're not.
Almost. I got to make a doctor's appointment for next week, an emergency doctor's appointment.
Emergency P-related doctor's appointment.
Yeah, well, see, my thoughts are like bad bladder infection or cancer. So I'm hoping it's the bladder infection.
Yeah, we can hope
Really hoping it's the bladder infection.
the bladder infection is, considering how young you are.
Yeah, well, I've also had some pretty bad kidney damage that I've taken over the last couple of years from doing jiu-jitsu and doing MMA and all that. So, like, I mean, I've peed blood a bunch of times. So, like, I had sore kidneys the last couple of weeks, and I was like, oh, it's probably just jiu-jitsu. But now with the pee thing, I'm like, oh, man, I hope I don't have cancer.
I would say it's more likely to have urinary tract problem
I mean, yeah.
before it's cancer.
That's but, I go right to the worst case. I mean, I've
Oh, of
already
course.
had 2, where do they stick the finger in the ass? I've had 2 of
Prostate
those. this year.
exams?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Oh, man, I have a great prostate exam story. Do we have time?
Do you want to share it?
So I this is gonna get a little weird. New Year's Eve,
It's already weird,
or
Sean.
New Year's Day, I go to the bathroom and I realize that I'm pooping blood.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, that's a lot of, and there wasn't a little, there was a lot of blood. So I was like, all right, well, I should probably go to the emergency room. And I've been dating my girlfriend now for like a week, and I'm like, hey, funny story. I'm shitting large amounts of blood. I need to go to the emergency room. And she's like, oh my god, okay. So a couple hours later, I'm in the emergency room. The doctor's like, we're going to need to give you a prostate exam. I'm like, oh, man, I was really hoping you weren't going to say that. And then she turns to their girlfriend and she's like, do you want to stay? And my girlfriend's like, no. And my doctor is a probably 300-pound Scottish woman.
Awesome.
And she's like, well, I need to have a witness because otherwise they're going to think I raped you. And I was like,
oh my god, what? She did not say that to you.
swear to God, word for word. Jenna could back me up on this. And I'm like, all right. So she calls in, she's like, I need a witness. I'm like, God, can you stop saying that?
I get a witness.
Can you please phrase it literally any other way?
Like 5'3" Asian guy comes in and he says, he's like, all right, I'll be your witness. And I'm sitting down and I'm laying on my side. And if you are, to anybody who ever listens to this, if you are witnessing one of these, just witness. Don't talk. I don't want to hear it. And definitely don't talk to me. So I'm laying on my side, and it's my butthole's getting finagled with, and the guy goes, so, are you ready for Avengers 2? Bad time, dude. Bad time.
You're like, yeah, Captain America's my favorite.
Yeah. And then my doctor is like going all the way up in there. And she's like, so, is anything out of the ordinary? And I was like, well, normally I don't have a hand in my ass, so I don't really know what you want me to. She's like, no, but as she's like wiggling her finger, she's like, does this feel different than normal? I'm like, normally I don't have a finger in my ass. I don't know what you want from me here.
She's just
like,
working you like a puppet, trying to get you to talk for her.
Questions. I'm like, I don't know what you're looking for down there, so I can't help you.
Yeah,
and then my girlfriend came into the room, and I was like, I'll never ask again. But never. So
I feel like that's a loaded question.
Yeah, I was like, what do you want?
Is this different than how you normally get this?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a memory that you'll cherish and share with yourself forever.
And my girlfriend, who I can't live that down.
She'll never unsee that.
She was like, "I'm sorry, our second date, you had somebody else's hand in your ass." I'm like, "Oh."
I mean,
so you're not wrong.
That's pretty romantic, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah,
just a few other comments before we get going. Barrett does back you up. He says he's the only one in San Francisco that knows that the pizza is bad.
Everybody else is like fucking delusional over there. Like, no, it's fine. It's not fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess I'm not very picky about pizza anyway. So
yeah,
to begin with, so excuse me, what? What shit pizza am I eating that you would just hate me for? Hey man, I am very picky about my pizzones, but don't get me started with that.
Dude, man, fucking pizzone dough is always gone though.
What's a pizzone? I don't even know what that is.
They don't exist anymore.
It's a calzone from Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay.
It is literally.
We have an
that's
extra
all
life story about.
I refuse to eat Pizza Hut.
That's right. You guys haven't paid me back for that.
So moving forward, that's true. We haven't. God, man. All right, we'll pay you back this extra. Taylor Long also posted. There's a BJ's restaurant.
To be fair, Greg
it's actually
did.
quite good. Yeah, Greg did. He paid you right there on the spot.
Yep.
With sex.
Not quite.
Let's get the show started. Not quite.
Close enough.
Close. Yeah, close enough. He got 2 fingers up there. All right.
I need a witness.
Tony was the witness. Are you guys ready to start recording? Sean, you got Audacity open still?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to count down from 5 to 1, and on 1, we will hit record.
So when you say 1,
when I say 1.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Scott, are you good?
I am ready.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was weird.
All right, I think that worked.
This is the patented Alex O'Neill recording method. Foolproof, always works. So if you ever want to switch to recording audio separately,
now let's make sure it's still working.
Yeah, is it still working, Scott? Huh? You're worrying me with these sounds.
That's the point.
Okay, good. As long as you're fucking with me, that's
blue
that's
lines
all.
are up. That means good, right?
Yeah, the blue lines. It's your waveform means it's making the sound with the thing.
I'm so dumb. You would never know that I have my own podcast.
Listen, Sean, don't sell yourself short. You survived a finger in your butt, and all you got was this stupid shirt. So
All the time, actually. That happens way too often for a 24-year-old.
way too frequently. It's probably gonna happen next week when you get that doctor's appointment.
Yeah,
so.
probably because they just are obsessed with it back there. It must be great.
Posted a comment that I really don't want to read. That was Sean got anal on the second date. I'm gonna read it. I'm just gonna put it out there.
That's fine. That's not wrong.
It's not incorrect. And then Roger Picorni, your friend and mine, said fucking pizzones were so good. Now that Pizza Hut has, what are they called, Tony?
I don't fucking know.
That
doesn't matter.
The Pizza Rat. They're pretty good.
They are pretty good. We got them, but
The pizza tortilla.
they're like pizza roll-ups or some shit.
Yeah, it's pizza by the foot.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Those are two very different fruit candy products.
Yeah, it's fruit candy products. Sean, have you ever listened to IP before? It's okay to be honest and say no.
I have. Not the whole episode, but I have listened to them here and there at work.
He has to have 5 hours of his life to listen to the podcast.
You listened to the first segment. You got through 5 hours of it. Yeah, it's okay. We put out a whole bunch. Do you have to pee?
No, I'm okay. I don't know what's going on right now, but it's okay.
It's probably not good.
I've actually not drank anything for like 5 hours preparing for this, so A, I'm parched as fuck, and B, I don't think if something comes out at this point, it's blood. So there's nothing else left in my body to come out. My last pee was like dark orange.
If you want to get a glass of water, that's okay.
No, it's okay. I don't want to risk it.
All right, that's fine. Because we're not going to take another break for probably about an hour. So
totally okay. I should be able to squeeze hard.
Okay, but we do take a break in the middle of the show, and then if we need to, we'll take a second break, and you can do whatever in that time. Cool. We just keep recording through it. And I'll say now, and I'll say again at the end. After we finish recording this, I'm gonna have you export the audio file as an MP2 and send it to me. Okay.
Okay.
It may sound weird, but you have to download a separate thing to export as an MP3, and it's just. All right, everybody ready? Feeling good?
Yes. Oh wait, real quick.
Yep.
We're not gonna spoil Metal Gear Solid 5, right?
No.
Okay, just making sure, because someone spoiled it, I think, for me. So I just want to make sure that we're not going into that.
No, we
played it a lot, but I don't know the twist or anything like that.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot, but we haven't been too specific. So, we're probably not going to cover too much of it. I'm curious to hear what you think, but
you'll hear. No, people can't stop hearing what I think about that game.
Okay. All right. Scott, Tony, you guys good?
I'm ready.
We are good.
All right, just making sure.
Jesus, tell us how you really feel.
Good God, that was a deep cough.
That man needs a witness.
I hope this has found its way into the title somehow. Now,
yeah,
way ahead of you, bro.
Okay, thank you. And I put the Google Doc link in the side chat.
If
you'd like to look at it. All right. Jesus. It is Saturday, October 3rd, 2015, and you are listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I am Alex O'Neill, your host this evening, and this week I'm joined by Scott Guthier.
Hello.
Tony Horvath.
Hello. It's very British.
Hello. Brian Nobishin Jackson.
Tomorrow is a brighter day if we work together. Together we can pave the way, it'll last forever. Just open your heart, unlock that prism deep down in your mind. Step up to your console, create some music, and breathe in the good sunshine. I'm done. Continue.
That's it? That's all? Are you sure? Is there
yes,
any like...
I'm done! Go!
And joining us this week, special guest, your friend and our best friend, Sean Pitts is here.
How am I supposed to follow that up?
You don't follow that up.
Song.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm boring.
You're not boring. You've got a filthy casual shirt on.
Yeah, I love those guys.
Yeah, they do put out great shirts.
They
Sean,
took care of me very well at RTX.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, Sean, you are best friend supreme.
Yes.
You're like a chalupa gordita crunch at Taco Bell. You're like a little bit of everything together.
You're being really kind. I stalk Greg Miller professionally.
You stalk Greg Miller professionally.
That means I would make money. I stalk Greg Miller as a hobby.
You stalk Greg Miller as a very expensive, fly-heavy hobby.
Yeah. So that's what I do. I am a volunteer community figure in Kind of Funny. So I run a lot of I'm admin on their Facebook page. I work a little bit on their forums. I put together meet and greets across the country. I do anything that they need, pretty much. Built their Wikipedia page, all that good stuff.
You built the wiki in what, like a day?
In a day, yeah.
Have you never made a wiki before?
And it's like, people are like, it's not that hard. I'm like, no, you're not. You're right, except for some reason copy and paste didn't work.
Yeah.
So I actually typed everything on that page, like all the titles for all the... It was a pain in the ass. It took me like 12 hours. I called out of work for it.
That is a goddamn commitment.
I'm very committed.
I feel like you make everyone proud with your just absurd commitment.
Thank you, I try.
I think you make Kind of Funny like approach religious territory with the kind of commitment you give them. So
I always look at it like I just don't want to work IT for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I want to do that. And now that that's an option, I don't know why anybody who has that option wouldn't work really hard to get that anyway. It's the best life you can ask for.
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate.
You and I both follow the philosophy of if you want it and do it good until someone pays you to do it.
You never want to, like I said, I always tell people when they want to work in gaming, because I've been all over the country this year, and everybody comes up and they're like, oh, I want to work for IGN, I want to work. I'm like, I know that you're not working hard enough, because I know the guys who are working hard enough. Like, your Alex O'Neills who are writing 200 days in a row, or I've been playing Destiny with Jimmy Champagne, and that guy just drips perfectly written articles. So like
he sweats
it's like
it out, he just like brushes it off, and it comes off his skin.
He's got like 200 episodes of his podcast, just like you do, and it's like you got to work ridiculously hard. Never let somebody outwork you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like that a lot of those people kind of find themselves grouping together, and they inspire one another. So just like you inspire me with your commitment, and I hope you've said before that I've egged you on before, and
you were the first person who I was ever jealous of at PAX. I was at PAX. This was like 2 years ago. Before people think I just came out of nowhere. I've been around for a long time, but no one who I was because I was a shy, awkward white dude. And,
I didn't remember you mostly because you didn't have a beard at the time, and then when you were like, "No, I didn't have a beard," I like thought back. I'm like, "Oh God, that was you. You just didn't have a beard."
I have an original Irrational Passions business card.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I remember Greg Miller pointed to you and said your website name and said your name, and I was like, how the fuck do I get that to happen?
Yeah, that was a good time.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Sean, you also put out your own content on the internet.
Yeah, I dabble.
You dabble. You stream twitch.tv/Sean Twisters, right?
Yep, that's it. And I do a weekly podcast about video games and nerdy related topics. It's called Nerds of the Round Table, spelled with a K. Mm-hmm. And we're actually doing pretty well. We're about to do our 24th episode. Mm-hmm. Past in a month of September, we had 1,000 listens or like uniques across our content, which was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna creep my way onto that podcast sometime.
Anytime that I only have one rule: you got to be in my room to be able to do the podcast. So anytime you're in New Jersey, you're more than welcome to be on it.
Yeah, I'll creep up there, and we'll
I'm not as good as you, so I don't know how to do all the fancy recording stuff. Jack and our setup is so primitive. We just sit in a chair. We don't have topics normally, and we just click record, and we're like, all right, let's just do this for an hour or so.
Sometimes that magic can happen that way. So. I do another podcast with a couple of my friends called Roommates, and that's usually how it goes. We try and bring topics to the table, but like that usually just derails into something about weird butt stuff anyway. So
my favorite topic is weird butt stuff. Yeah.
As we found out in the bonus content, you should watch the bonus content, youtube.com/IrrationalPassions, and you'll get a face full of it.
Yeah, so did my doctor.
So, Sean, thank you so much for coming on. I hope you're going to have fun tonight.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
So we got a few people watching live, and as a reminder, as I just said, you can watch live Saturday nights, youtube.com/IrrationalPassions. Also, the video is archived there. That has the bonus content and all the silly shit we do between recording different parts of the show. So check that out. We're going to get the show started now. I'm going to start with some house cleaning. The only thing that really happened this week is that Monthly Passions happened.
Yeah.
It will never die now.
By the fucking skin of his damn teeth.
And I was, because it was like Wednesday, and like between packing up my house and going to class and then packing up my house again more, I somehow made that article come together. So I wrote it out and did all the editing for the text of the article during class because we were just watching some dumb reality show. Don't get me started with what the fuck that class. So I got the text together because I was just kind of taking notes on my computer, and then I posted it when I got back to where I'm staying in the evening. So by the skin of our teeth, but it will never die. I think we're just gonna do our stuff for September and then post that faster, just so I can catch up a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, Monthly Passions is up. It's good. We had a couple of great guest passions. Thank you to Harold and Connor, or Cameron, not Connor. I don't even know Connor. For writing about Pac-Man and Fallout Shelter on Android. So there you go. Check it out. That's it. I think that's the only thing that I did. So let's talk about video games. How's that sound? Sean, as our guest, I encourage you to go first.
I play Destiny.
You play Destiny
a lot.
As a full-time occupation, pretty much. It's
Well,
your second job.
the week of the Taken King, I played Destiny for 77 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Like the week that game came out, I took off 2 days of work and just like fucking binge played it.
Yeah. So you played a whole hella Destiny beforehand, right?
Yeah, I played Destiny strongly from the launch to about midway through October, the end of October. I only played it for like a month, and it was stupid. The Destiny's leveling system was ridiculous at the time, and I don't play video games unless I'm having fun, and I completely stopped having fun. The grind was real. It was too much grinding. So I came back in May when they fixed the grinding, that you could just buy the stuff that you needed to collect with like Crucible points. So I came back and I did that, and then I've played from May until now pretty consistently, at least minimum 20 hours a week.
Okay. And that's like just been a more enjoyable experience, you think?
Yeah. They fixed a lot of the stuff with House of Wolves.
Yeah. So what has changed for you even to make you more obsessed now that Taken King's come out?
New content. They're like plain and simple. There's just more shit to do now. Quests actually give you rewards. There's a lot of new quests to do. There's more loot, new exotics to farm. Playing the raid is ridiculously fun. I still think that this raid is probably the best thing you'll ever do in a first-person shooter. Right up until the last fight, it's just great the whole way through. Yeah, and I just think that it's a great shooter. Bungie makes great shooters. That's the way it is. So
yeah,
mechanically, it's phenomenal.
Consistently the thing I've brought up, because like I'm pretty new to Destiny. I played a little bit in May of like kind of vanilla. I didn't have any of the expansions or anything. I just played like 5 levels worth just to kind of like dip my toe in the water. I decided to wait a little bit more, and then I got Taken King when it came out a few weeks ago. So I'm very new to it. I'm still kind of going through the vanilla content still. And the thing that just still pops out to me the most is it shoots real good.
It does.
You shoot things good, and heads explode, and it's nice. It's a nice feeling.
It feels good, and I play competitive shooters. I've played them since I was 13 or 12. So like I've been real competitive about it, and like I still feel like Destiny feels the best out of any first-person shooter. Call of Duty also, of course, like mechanically is a phenomenal game, but I always felt like Call of Duty, it's too easy to get a kill. The time to kill is way too low. You can kill somebody in one shot in Call of Duty with like almost any gun. Yeah. And there's no real fighting there. It's just who sees who first. Yeah. And in Destiny, it's more like if I get seen first, I can outplay the person. If I have a higher skill, I can usually recover. Not like in Call of Duty, you get seen first, you die. Yeah. So that's what I like about Destiny. It's a high skill shooter in PvP, and then their PvE elements now are where they should have been when this game launched.
Yeah. So like what? I've not played any of the raids. There are 3, right?
Yeah. Destiny now? Vault of Glass, Crota, and the new one, Fall of the King or whatever it is, Taken King.
What like makes them unique?
Uh, they are 6-player instances where you have to, ideally, at least the new one, you have to have 6 people operating pretty much as one.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not like there's 2 types of enemies in Destiny. There's bullet sponges, which is like what most bosses are, just have a lot of health. You shoot the shit out of them. And then there's raid bosses, which is you have to figure out the mechanic in order to be able to do damage to the boss.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do a sort of, like, whether it's kill ads in a certain order and then stand in a certain spot, or the Oryx fight, which is incredibly complicated, where you have to, depending on where he smashes his fist, jump on pillars in a counterclockwise order while another person jumps over you, lands in the middle, kills a specific enemy, and then you all stand around the guy in the middle, and that's the only time you could do damage.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really complicated, and that's cool when you play it like that. It's rewarding when you figure out the mechanic, and you can kill these really difficult bosses, and then they drop the best loot, which is also why people keep coming back to Destiny, that loot treadmill.
Mm-hmm. That is cool.
It's really cool. You're going to love it.
Yeah, because I've heard like Vault of Glass was really cool, and like there's like a stealth section and a platforming section.
Stealth section sucked, but yeah.
It's hard to put that in my head because I've played through a lot of Destiny's story missions, which are kind of like pretty much go here, shoot a bunch of dudes, go here, shoot a bunch
Here's
of
the
dudes,
boss.
then Ghost does something.
Yeah.
And then sometimes
And
there's
you
a
just
boss
gotta shoot him a
that
bunch of times.
and then it's got a little bit more health. So like I guess imagining this kind of way more deep experience is difficult.
Well, yeah, you're leveling.
Yeah.
You right now you're the equivalent of questing.
Yeah, like I'm questing. I'm not doing like the fun stuff.
Or the fun
and I
stuff?
guess like
No need for witnesses for you right now.
yeah, there's no witness required for what I'm doing. And like in Scott and Tony, you guys as avid MMO players, I'm sure say like, well, duh. The good stuff is the raid stuff where you have to work as a team and do something instead of just kind of kill things. It's a new concept to me, I guess.
It's awesome. It's like MMO light. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to find your character right now because I have Destiny open. How close are you to being able to run a raid?
I just hit 20.
All right, so not close.
Not close at all.
You'll be there soon. Once you get to that level 40, I can start helping you with getting, like, I could get you up to a respectable gear level and then have you ready to run the raid in like 6 hours, 7 hours.
Yeah. So like when people say run the raid in 6 hours, like can you like break that across like different play sessions, or do you have to do it all once?
No, I mean I can get you ready to run the raid, like with leveling and getting better gear. I could beat the raid in like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
My first attempt was 17 and a half hours. Or
Jeez.
16 and a half hours.
Was that all one session?
One session, yeah.
Well, I mean, damn. Can you like stop and start? And
yeah, you could stop. Whenever you beat a boss, you get a checkpoint.
Oh, okay.
And you could just do it. You could sprinkle it out throughout the week, which is what we do now, normally. But I can, in one straight shot now, it takes me about an hour and a half with my team to run the raid.
So you were saying before we started that you were like 7th or whatever.
I don't know what our actual number was, but we were at Oryx when Dado was at Oryx. Dado's like a famous Destiny player. He is like sponsored and he works for Planet Destiny, the website, and he was fighting Oryx the same time as we were. So like we got there real fast. Alfredo Diaz, who's a friend of mine, ended up beating the raid first, and I was texting with him, and he was giving me the strats to beat the earlier bosses. So I had a little bit of inside help there. But yeah, we were racing to try to be one of the first, and then we ended up not being able to do it at that time because we just weren't a high enough level. And there's actually a story behind this. There's a damage check against Oryx where you have to be able to put out a certain amount of damage to him, or he just wipes your whole team every time.
Wow.
And if you don't have everybody at light level 295, probably not going to happen. Like you're probably not going to pass the damage check, and we didn't have everybody there yet, so we had to go grind a little, get ready.
Are there like sections leading up to the boss fights? Okay.
There's platforming, like giant platforming puzzles where you jump from ship to ship. It's like there's a bunch of really cool stuff.
Yeah, it sounds so cool and so.
It really is. It's like Destiny's crap until you play the raid, and you're like, oh, this is great.
Because like I've been playing it, and like I just got to Mars for people's context, so I just got to fighting
the Cabal.
The Cabal, and like they're cool. I like fighting them because it was like, fighting the Vex was a little bit different. but the Hive and the Fallen were like whatever.
Yeah.
But the Cabal, like fighting the Cabal, I actually think is this is cool, this is fun. They got shields,
They're turtles.
They got turtles, yeah. It's cool, it's different, and they look way different and act way different. So that was the first time I was like, oh, this feels different. For the most part, everything else is the same, but fighting the enemies is kind of like the core to the experience. So
yeah, it's definitely you're gonna enjoy any more than you'll enjoy anything that you're doing now.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, it's my first experience with any like you said, MMO light. I think it's a good way to put it. So like that kind of getting through the leveling, and then getting to raid content, which is better content or better quality content.
Yeah, and like I love the idea of an MMO, but I'm bad, and I don't like to play games on my computer.
Yeah.
Like I have a really nice computer that's specifically for streaming. And like I don't use it for anything else. This is the third time I've used my computer for something that hasn't been streaming. So like I just don't. I'm not into that WASD life. So
yeah,
this is like perfect because I love the idea of MMOs and I love like grinding for loot and having the coolest, most powerful looking character. But like I also don't have to play on my computer.
Yeah, true. And like that, I think that's why Destiny appeals to me more than Scott and Tony are always trying to get me to play MMOs. Destiny's like this kind of surrogate, like it's a first person shooter first, and kind of like that massively multiplayer experience second.
Yeah.
And that makes it easier for me to pick up and play. Plus, I don't need to play it on my laptop. So
yeah, it's definitely a plus for me too.
Yeah, so is there still story content left for you, or have you burned through all of it?
No, so an average Destiny player could probably play the Taken King for like a month or two, but I did it all in the first week. I did every piece of content they had, so like I just started a second character, and he's at level 39 already. He'll probably be ready to run the raid before I go to bed tonight, because I'm just very efficient at things. Like I know. I always tell people, like, once you get one character really strong in Destiny, you can use that information to get your next characters there twice as fast. So, like, I know that I'm going to have a hard time finding loot for my Warlock, because that's the way the life works. But I also saved a bunch of high loot for my Hunter that I'm going to use to infuse my other armor when I get my Warlock up to level 40. Mm-hmm. So, it's like almost like cheating. It's not really, because it's what it's there for, but...
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like pretty much done with everything. I just want to. Trials of Osiris comes back in 2 weeks, and that's what I was like. That's where I made my name in Destiny. That's where people know me from in Destiny. Mm-hmm. So that's a highly competitive multiplayer PvP, like super competitive. And if you win 9 games in a row at Trials, you get like very rare loot that you can only get from doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get ready for that, which is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I was I was the only one I knew that played the PvP stuff and enjoyed it. So I'll probably get into that at some point as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's good. I don't know if you primarily play the version of PvP where your like weapon level matters.
That's like, here's my thing, like that is only available at certain times, which has always been kind of annoying for me.
Yeah.
Because I would prefer that, because I usually have the strongest gear in the game.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm playing like normal Crucible where level doesn't matter, and people are killing me with like year 1 weapons, which are still the best fucking weapons in the game. If level doesn't matter, so I'm like smashing my fist on my desk. I die by the messenger one more time.
Yeah. How often do you stream Destiny?
Normally 5 days a week for about 4 to 5 hours at a time, but especially because I tore my meniscus at my knee, so I can't do jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. So I've just kind of been streaming, but with Comic-Con coming up, I haven't been streaming at all.
Yeah.
So after Comic-Con, probably 5 days a week.
Yeah, so for people who are listening or anything want to catch the streams, twitch.tv/SeanTwisters.
Yep.
And I've actually been streaming a little bit of Destiny here and there as well.
Yeah. It's weird times that you're available to watch, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, I mean, I do it like after work, which is usually between like 9:30 and 11:30 p.m., so it's pretty late.
Yeah, like I said, I'll be there next time. Next time you stream, I'll be there.
Yeah, so I'm working on like what a schedule might be for that, and what I'm looking at right now would be Wednesdays and Friday nights. Wednesdays at like 8:30, and then Fridays just whenever, maybe a little bit earlier than that. So tentatively, that's the schedule I want to aim for to do that. I did, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night this week.
Is it all going to be Persona? You dancing?
Yeah, it's just going to be Persona dancing all night.
Yeah,
And
all the time.
I bet there will be more of that, but it'll I enjoy streaming Destiny because I've had people watching come and just hang out in my game and fuck shit up. So that's been fun.
I'm just going to join one of your instances and just fucking destroy everything.
Yeah. I had a level 40 person with 300 or 290 level just coming in. We did one of the strikes, and
That's cute.
I did nothing. So it was at the end he had 370 kills, and I had 30, I think. So I was yeah, I just hanged out, so it was fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it's fine.
Wow, he's so good. He came in my room. He's bang.
I knew we would be able to
dead.
get through this episode. I knew it would just happen at some point. And I'm happy about it.
It's not up to me. It's whenever Walken wants to.
It is the spirit of Walken takes over.
I am nothing but a vessel. Wow.
Wow. Me and Christopher Walken have the same birthday. Fun fact.
Do you really?
March 31st.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean he's 70 years older than me, but
Is he though?
I think he's
just a really good actor.
Or he's just a really good actor. Yeah, sometimes I do Christopher Walken impressions on my streams too, so
That's good.
people have that. I was doing it while I was playing Persona 4 Dancing All Night for some reason, so
He came to you. Sometimes I
yeah,
do
he
that
came
when
to
I'm in bed with my girlfriend. Oh, baby.
you need a witness for that.
Yeah. Can I get a witness?
Yeah, so I update for me on Destiny. I just hit 20, just got to Mars. I'm about to do the garden thing, so the end of
The end of the game.
Destiny.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, "Do save House of Wolves and Dark Below for afterwards." And I already did all the Dark Below stuff.
Yeah, because it fits into the story.
Yeah, so does House of Wolves, but I was like, okay, I'll just wait until after I finish vanilla stuff to do House of Wolves. And then I'll do Taken King, I guess.
Taken King is where it's at. I mean, it's funny because we were talking about this. If somebody just played the Taken King and then went back, they'd be like, "What the fuck happened in the first year of this game?" Because it's nothing. It's terrible, 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 terrible. Oh, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
What happened here?
Yeah, it's curious because I've heard the way the story is delivered, you immediately notice that it's just better.
Oh yeah, literally. I'm not even kidding. 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You'll be like, "Oh, this is clearly Taken King content."
Yeah, that's what somebody sent to me. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited to do it because the current Destiny stuff, it's been better than I thought it was going to be. It hasn't been great or anything, but it is mostly just ghosts kind of talking to you and being like whatever. But then you meet the queen
stranger?
lady,
Yeah.
and the stranger. I met her briefly, but mostly the queen lady. I'm like, oh, there's another person that can talk, so that's cool. And so that stuff was cool. So I'm guessing there'll probably be more of that, and that'll be good. So
Yeah, there's definitely a higher priority. They actually try to develop their characters a little bit. And of course, Destiny was you find out in a lawsuit recently that Destiny had to have major changes done to its story, very close to launch. They had to scrap a bunch of shit.
yeah,
So I almost feel like this is we're out of the beta now, is what everybody keeps saying with the Taken King. The original Destiny was a year-long beta. And now everything's kind of the UI is a little bit more intuitive.
there's a quest log.
There's a quest log. You can you don't have to go back to the tower to hand in your bounties. There's a lot of stuff that they do where you're like, oh yeah, I guess this made sense.
Yeah, it is a thing, because I only played a little bit in May, and I already I immediately could tell the differences of I'm leveling faster, I'm getting more and better loot, I'm having more fun because of that, and it's easier to know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, and of course now loot makes sense. You will get loot drops, decrypts, the Cryptarch will decrypt loot based on your current light level.
Yeah.
So the higher your light level is when you decrypt something, the better chance you have of getting gear that will help you.
Yeah.
And that fucking makes sense. Instead of, you probably don't realize this, but in the original Destiny, back in my day, when I would hand in a purple engram, he would just hand you back a blue item half the time. And I was suicidal. I was furious.
Yeah. It seems like just a great change overall. I'm glad that you like it.
Oh, I was fucking Christmas morning.
Yeah, playing a whole bunch of it. So
Yeah, I really wanted to be one of the first people to. I wanted to beat the raid in the first week because I thought it would be cool, and we did. I have a really. I team up with. I work with the guys from PlayStation Nation, their Destiny team. So like, I had really good kids in my team that we were going after the raid. So
fun fact: Irrational Passions podcast is on the VG Evo podcast network, and so is PlayStation Nation, PS Nation. So.
Oh, those guys are the best. I love those guys, Glenn and Dave and all them.
Yeah,
and Josh, good people.
Yeah,
Josh,
good people.
They Destiny hardcore.
So. Yeah, who I was playing with, and we got. Like I said, it was funny because we were like under level for everything that we did, but we were still able to do it because we had just such great teamwork. Right up until we got to the point where it was impossible to beat. It was like physically, it was actually impossible.
Yeah. Well, you got as far as you could.
Yeah, we got as far as conceivably. Like anything else, we would have had to either be a higher level or all had the Celestial Nighthawk on. So
yeah, and I'm excited to run Vault of Glass and Crota as well. So
you probably won't. They're pointless to run.
Yeah,
you get literally nothing from them.
I want.
All right, I mean, we could. I'll run you through that, but we're gonna shred through it.
Okay, I'm good with that.
We were. Oh man, the first week the first time we tried Vault of Glass was so hard, and now it's like, well, I guess 3 of you guys could beat it if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Because I mean, the level cap's different. The light level cap is. Is there a way to run the raids on hard?
See, I hope that they come out with that. Right, again, one of those things that kind of makes sense. But as of right now, there's no way to run the raid on hard. Yeah. You just run it at level 26, light level I think 150, and I'm a light level 303 with a level 40. So
yeah,
I do 300,000 damage with my special, and I think the boss of the entire raid has 200,000 health.
Yeah, Jesus. So my one question for you, as someone who's played more Destiny than I, is what do you think comes next?
It's a great question.
What comes between now and presumably Destiny 2 that releases in next September?
Well, I think that if Destiny 2 is going to come out or even be announced next September, they have to release a Cabal raid. I think that's the next step. Because we have a raid for every villain except for the Cabal, which are arguably the coolest characters, the coolest enemies that you fight. So I don't know what that raid looks like, but I think that's the next thing we'll get. They'll be releasing another raid. I think that's just makes sense. As far as it'll be another down. There's another season pass.
Oh,
that's season 2. So there's going to be coming with more DLC. They're planning on supporting this game for 5 years. So
for hopefully 10 years.
Yeah, that's the Destiny is a franchise that's supported for 10 years. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, none of us do. So
I don't think the reason they would have to release a Destiny 2 eventually is to get next gen out, because this game is a game that's supported on Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah,
and it's that's not good.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about that I think 2 weeks ago of like if they were to do a PC version, it would be with whatever the next iteration of Destiny is, and then they wouldn't do a 360 and PS3 version.
Yeah, I think they are already regret. I mean, they're not regretting it because they spent so much money on the game. They had to make their money back, and that's still a big like. There's still a lot of people playing it on last gen. I don't know how, but they're already starting to lose stuff. So like with the Taken King, there was a texture pack that came out, and it's just sounds. It's just gun sounds. Yeah. But the game now sounds significantly better, and there's like texture changes. The game looks better in certain areas. That Xbox 360 and PS3 didn't get that.
Yeah.
So they're already starting to miss out on stuff. So just buy a new console.
just do it. You're not getting the Call of Duty campaign.
Well,
yeah,
not really that big of a line.
the question of the ages, right?
Yeah. I think that's what's next for them, and Bungie really has to double down and fix their fucking servers.
Yeah.
The lag that you get hit with in Destiny is like sometimes completely, especially on Xbox One, like it's like it ruins the game. You can cheese your way through a lot of stuff by just standbying on Xbox One. It doesn't work on PS4, but you can do it on Xbox One, and that, like, you just fucking ruin kids' days because you're like, well, you guys are beating us in trials and you're about to go 9-0. It would suck if we standbyed you.
The children, the 13-year-old kids start screaming in their microphones.
Or the 23-year-old kids with a filthy casual shirt on start screaming.
Very true. Cool. Anything else you want to say about Destiny?
No, sorry, I talk a lot.
No, that was good. That was interesting. What else have you been playing, Sean?
Well, when you spend 77 hours playing a game, you don't really get a chance to play too much else. I played Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
I had to stop to play Destiny.
Well, yeah. How much Metal Gear did you squeeze in though?
35 hours, 40 hours.
Okay.
So like 10% of the game.
It's like yeah.
I'm on the 12th
fraction.
or 13th mission of the game.
How many side ups have you done?
All of them.
No. Okay.
All the ones that were available to me at the time.
Yeah. That's probably like
40 or something like that.
40. I was gonna say like 100.
Yeah. There was a bunch of them, but like I'm meticulous. I have to do it and not get seen. I have to do it in perfect stealth every time, so I'll replay missions until I do it in perfect stealth every time.
Yeah.
So. I'm anal.
I mean, Namashin is also crazy, so.
Yeah.
But you know, I understand it. There are like challenge versions of some of the missions you get later that are perfect stealth, meaning like when you get seen, you fail. So
oh, that's awesome. That's the way Metal Gear should be played.
They'll be right there with you. I do like to do stealth as well, but since I did want to finish it, I didn't drive myself too crazy. I'll usually like reload checkpoint, and then I'll be fine with that. So, cool, man. What do you think of Metal Gear?
How much time do we have?
We
so
time.
Here's the thing. I think Metal Gear was spoiled for me earlier this week. Someone wrote me an email asking me a question about a statement that I made about Metal Gear, and I'm fairly certain I spoiled the game. So now I have to know if they're right. So I am going to play Metal Gear this week before Comic-Con. I like it as a video game. If this game was called like Iraqi War Simulator 10, I would think this is the best game that's ever come out.
Yeah.
But because they put the words Metal Gear Solid on it, I have a couple problems with it.
Okay.
Like I love Metal Gear more than anything. Metal Gear Solid 1's my favorite game of all time by a mile. Nothing else is even close. And I just feel like I'm playing the game, and through my actions in the game, I really feel like I'm Solid Snake. Like I'm like this, or Big Boss. I'm sorry. I'm like, this is it. This is how I should feel. And then he talks, and I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? Or he doesn't talk ever.
Yeah.
I'm like 5 missions in, and I've got 3 grunts out of this motherfucker. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
What happened to the guy in Metal Gear Solid 3? You're the same person.
Yeah.
You aren't. What, you're just emotionless now, and you don't ever have anything to say.
I will say,
drives me crazy.
You are only on mission 12, like, and you've been doing mostly side ops, and Namashin ran into this problem as well. Like, the more story stuff more story missions you do, the more it feels like there is more story content. Like, there is more cutscenes, there is more story content, there's more dialogue, there's more talking.
Does he talk, though?
He talks, yeah.
Okay.
He talks a lot more than I thought he would when they were saying, like, yeah, he's never going to talk. Like, I guess, like, having that expectation, set it up. I think he talks Big Boss talks a totally fine amount in the game. There are some weird scenes where it's like, you should probably be talking more, but...
Like in the very beginning of the game, when he gets on the horse with Ocelot,
yeah,
Ocelot has
only
the
word
thing,
he says is, Afghanistan. He's like, yeah, have you fucking heard of it? Yeah.
And the only thing...
just plotting.
The only thing that Ocelot ever says is like, you can do it any way you want, boss. The options are yours.
The options are... Yeah. It's an open world game. Thank you.
Thank you, Kojima. Stop slapping me in the face with it. I get it.
Yeah, like the more like you start doing like story missions back to back, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, there's something here, and especially like when you finish chapter 1, which is kind of like the main story, then get to chapter 2, like it's a lot of stuff back to back to back.
Not there yet, but that excites me.
Yeah, I mean, like I had the same problem where I just kept doing side ops. I'm like, I'm not getting enough stuff, like I'm not getting enough context.
Yeah,
and I did like 5 story missions back to back, and there was a lot of stuff. So
that's good. I'm gonna have to try to do it like that.
So what I did is I kind of did like a couple story missions because I was only playing in pretty short sessions. A couple story missions, a couple side ops, a couple story missions, side ops. And I would go back and forth between the two, and I felt like I was getting a good flow of content out of it.
Interesting.
I will say, but you know, it's tempting, like with the whole like, you know, do all these side ops and get your mother base like super dope, and but then you're not getting anything out of the story. You're just doing stuff. So yeah, it's a give.
Gameplay is amazing. The gameplay is seriously incredible.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, but
and like. that name just means so much to me, and that name screams like I love Metal Gear games because I love Snake as a character, and like I grew up wanting to be like Snake. Like I got into martial arts and got into fighting because I thought it would make me more like Snake.
CQC.
Yeah, right. You know, I've done judo, I've done all that stuff because like when I was a kid, the coolest person that I could think of, people were like, Superman's the coolest guy ever. I'm like, fuck you guys. Snake will choke that bitch out. He's probably carrying kryptonite right next to his rations.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
I was like, that was my hero growing up. As weird as that sounds, like he was the guy, and he was like Snake in Metal Gear is the reason that I'm here playing video games at 23.
Yeah.
So like that character is sacred, and to not have him be David Hayter anymore was so crushing to me.
Yeah, I feel like you're not going to adjust to that. Like that's always.
No, I won't ever. Yeah, I always say it's jarring when I hear it. When I'm in the game and I'm like immersed and my lights are off and I'm got my headset on and then he's like, "Yeah, we should do this." I'm like, "Shut up, Jack Bauer."
Yeah, like
we're fine.
As much as I like Kiefer Sutherland,
I like the guy.
and his approach to the role, it's not the same. It never will be the same.
Yeah.
And I made peace with that. I guess like as soon as. Weird, and like I'm probably not gonna like it as much as I should or would. I'm not gonna appreciate like what they're trying to do, but like I'm gonna make peace with that just so I can enjoy this and not like have it just bother me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I was the one. I took the whiny bitch effect instead of being like you, an adult. I was like, it's not the same.
And I don't think like anyone's gonna hold that against you.
Oh no, the internet.
Well, yeah, I mean the internet's gonna
holds it against me hard.
But it's full of monsters anyway. So
yeah.
How much did it bother you, Nabashin? I'm curious. We never really talked about
it. Voice change?
Yeah.
Oh, you know me. Like it bothers me. Of course, it bothers me. Yeah. But and you know, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm a mature person. You know, like it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but like you're still just like in the not saying it outwardly, but like inside you're just dying inside. It's like
you're just screaming the
whole
time. Yeah.
It's like a value of thing. It's like, well, whenever I hear like stuff through Japanese, because like their voice actors are like sacred to them more or less. So like fucking like the voice from like 30 years ago is still the same voice. As long as they're still alive, those come back to me in the same having the same voice anymore. It just fucks with me in little bits and pieces. So you know.
Yeah, man. It's always like, you know, related but not, you know, like the whole Persona 4, like as we continue to go down the deeper and deeper well of weird spin-offs, and like you're losing a different voice actor pretty much every game and they're just dropping like flies at this point. Like Troy Baker was out like 3 games ago and it's like, I don't even know, like this franchise is starting to lose some of that shine that made it perfect, and like nothing's ever going to take away from that original Persona 4 experience. But it is like it's getting harder and harder going forward. And I'm
just
sure
go Japanese, man. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just go all Japanese, and like they never die. So
you grow attachments. Like every time I hear Snake talk, like the real Snake, you know, it like brings me back to being a little kid and being like having my life changed by this game. And like I said, and it's gone. And I know that David Hayter's probably never coming back.
Yeah.
And Kojima's probably never coming back to make a Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
And like that hurts.
I like as far as I'm concerned, like, you know, this is the last Metal Gear Solid game. And like we talked about that like the week before it came out. I was like, this is it. You know, this is the end.
It's hard. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah. But you know, we still do need to do that spoiler cast, and we will probably talk.
I'll talk to Jimmy.
Yeah, we'll talk extensively about it then.
It's like one of those things. Like when the game was announced, it was really bittersweet for me because I had made my peace that Metal Gear was over.
Yeah.
After 4, the way 4 ends, it's over.
Oh yeah,
it's great too,
and it's fucking perfect. And just leave it alone.
Yeah.
I don't need you to go back to this universe. This universe has a bow on it for as far as I'm concerned. And then to come back and then not have Hater.
Yeah.
And to have Big Boss be so drastically different than he was, even in Peace Walker, which I didn't like, but you know, I understand why people like Peace Walker. I'm not.
I like Peace Walker.
That's a good game. I can admit that it's just not for me.
Sure.
But it was like real hard for me to deal, and I'm still having a hard time dealing with it. Yeah. Like Metal Gear's gone, and like for them to be like, we're gonna make another Metal Gear after this. I'm like, I'm gonna make it a point not to buy that game, and I will never purchase a Konami game again as long as I can.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
as long as I can reason it.
yeah, that's a grander issue too.
Yeah, I'm a big guy when it comes to speak with your wallet, and I'm like, I won't buy another Konami game.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Is that all you've been playing, Sean?
Yeah, and some Retron 5, some old games. I've been playing like Super Ghosts and Ghouls and Super Mario.
Yeah, man.
Recently.
You're pretty good at that ghouls and ghosts type deal.
Yeah, it's a fucking hard game.
Yeah.
My dad's way better.
I never played it, and I watched you were streaming it forever ago, and it really did make me want to play.
It's a fun game. It's definitely a fun game.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Volgar the Viking.
Never played it.
Volgar the Viking is kind of like a more recent PC and Xbox One indie game that takes a lot of reference and to games like Ghouls and Ghosts. So.
Very cool. I have 2 games that I've ordered online that are coming in this week that I'm pretty excited for. One of them is Booger Man.
Ah, I've heard of Booger Man.
Booger Man's a classic. And then one of them is, I'm fairly certain, Blizzard's first big game, which was Lost Vikings.
Ah, okay.
And Lost Vikings is a fucking awesome game. So I have those. I have a friend who's in the vintage video game market, so he hooked me up and got me those 2. Pretty excited for him.
There's actually a really cool vintage video game store that Tony turned me on to. That's actually pretty close by. So is that place still there?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. It's a local game store.
Really go, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was in the area.
It's called ZSNES.
Yeah, it's called Xenogears.
Oh shit! Sorry, I just realized something. As we're sitting here, something just popped in my head. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Do you want to share with the class?
I'm going to Video Game World New York this week. I just decided. I forgot that store existed.
Yeah.
It's
that
the
place
biggest
is awesome.
vintage video. Yeah, I just realized I'm going to be in New York for a week, and I was like, and I'm with my friend Tom, who's never been to. Well, he's never been in New York. He's from England.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, I'm going to take him there and blow his fucking mind.
Yeah, I try and go there in the Nintendo World store every time.
Yeah, Nintendo's cool.
Just because it's a cool place.
Cool.
Nintendo World's burned me.
Some might say we drove all the way there just to see that.
We don't talk about that anymore, Tony.
It's a long drive.
It was a long drive.
Some might say we drove up there just to have lunch with a friend.
Yeah, and go to the Nintendo store.
All right, cool. Scott, have you been playing any video games?
Yep.
Do you want to talk about them?
Sure. The important one, of course.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts, I did the grind.
Okay.
It's over.
Sean, you can zone out now. We're going to talk about Kingdom Hearts for a little bit.
All right, see you
All
guys.
right.
Grind is over.
The grind is out. Did you beat Roxas?
No, I only tried like 2-3 times.
Did you get to level 50?
No, 48. Why would I go that high?
Because, like, never mind.
Why would I waste my
you were
time
talking
grinding past a point where so long as I just beat Roxas, it'll happen that much quicker.
Yeah, I forgot you're MLG Pro, Scott, and you can just beat him whatever. When you have to grind to level 99 to beat any of the organization members, you don't come crying to me, okay?
I mean, I will probably only have to grind till second.
All right, whatever, Scott. I don't need your
You do enough damage
egotistical
when you,
skill.
You do enough damage when you pick the sword, and then you forego magic.
Yeah, I mean, it works for some of us, I guess. Some of us
I
have
would
a little bit more trouble.
I would actually, going back,
Mhm.
pick the shield, forego either damage or magic,
Yeah.
and then bank heavy on the one that you don't get rid of.
Yeah. Do you? You don't have to sacrifice one in Kingdom Hearts 2, do you?
Well, I think you pick twice.
Mm-hmm. And the third one is just kind of like the odd one out.
Yeah.
That's true. You do pick twice.
So basically, instead of foregoing one, you gain like a stat bonus,
Yeah.
and then it's like
It sets
you
you on
kind
like
of get the skills for that one.
Yeah, it sets you on a path for your skills.
Right. And then for the next one, you're doubling up on that skill path.
Yeah. All right. That makes sense. I think you're right, Scott. All right. So you didn't make any too much progress. You just grinded out those levels.
Yeah, grinding out the levels and the drive forms and stuff.
Cool.
I leveled at the tower. I walked up and down.
Yeah, that one's easy to level up. So I like it. All right, is that all, Scott?
Pretty much. I made a lot of progress on Roxas.
Okay.
Got
think
him
you can
down
beat him
to 2 bars left.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he starts with 5.
Maybe. I don't know. It's been a while.
Slightly more than halfway.
Yeah. All right.
He gets really hard.
Yeah, he's really hard, especially when he starts shooting out those lasers.
The laser's like one of the easy parts.
No, the
you're talking about the line lasers.
yeah, like
Yeah,
the war.
okay. So where he goes in the middle is super annoying.
Yeah.
It's not particularly difficult.
Yeah, it's just annoying.
It's the first set comes straight at you, and then when you notice that they're going to where you are going to be, you move in the other direction.
Yeah, when you have glide, it's so much easier too.
I can't get glide.
I know. I'm saying for like the data recreation fight.
When
you have everything.
I'm imagining that if I had a quick run leveled all the way up, this fight would have been beaten by now.
Yeah.
Because the biggest problem I'm having right now is when he starts doing his combo where he rushes at you, I can't get out of the way, and he can get around your block.
Okay.
Your block is not quick enough to re-up a second time, no matter what you do. And if you try and run away, he's on top of you the entire time.
Man, I am so excited for you to fight Terra. You're gonna pick that fight apart, and it's gonna be fascinating. All right, we'll keep at it. You'll get it.
I've done, I think, both the reaction commands that you have to do during the fight. I'm pretty sure there's going to be one at the end of it, too. No?
No.
There's just the 2?
It's just the 2.
They're cool.
Yeah, they're really cool, right? Man, it's so dumb that fight...
You have absolutely no time for the draw.
Yeah.
None.
It's so dumb that fight wasn't.
You move your cursor from the first slot to the second slot and hope it happens on one of the 3 because that is all you have time for.
That's all you got. Yeah, anytime it's at the bottom, I'm like, man, fuck it, whatever.
And like the worst part is, that thing still pretty much just one shots me because I don't have second chance yet. I'm super upset I didn't get it either. So yeah, if I lose. If I get into that situation and I lose, it's over. So I'm at a point where do I really want to gamble with that?
Yeah.
Because I think it's either Decisive Pumpkin or Rumbling Rose. Increases your combo damage at the end of a combo. And I'm at the end of my combo, because I can double string it and hit him into the air.
Yeah.
It's chunking him almost halfway.
Yeah.
So I only need 6 good runs on him and he's dead.
Yeah.
Problem is getting there.
Yeah. Keep at it. You'll get it.
You only have 20 more days.
You only have 20 more days before
he'll be dead
Zelda
this week.
comes out.
He'll be dead this week. Because I remember I only tried like 3 times.
Yeah.
And not one of those times did he kill me without me at least taking a bar first. Like a full bar.
Yeah, you're getting there.
So, last time there was a 50-50 chance that I would not touch him.
Yeah. Alright. Anything else you've been playing, Scott?
No, not really. Nothing important.
Right.
Hearthstone, yeah, nothing's changed there. I still need 2 cards for my deck, but I'm going to need 2 cards for my deck for the next, 2 to 3 months.
Alright. Tony, what about you?
It's been, Hearthstone and this really shitty MMO.
Yeah, Trove.
I
I said this during or before we even started the show, but I saw a Facebook ad that said Trove, that was for Trove, and it said it's like an MMO, but it's fun, and I just started laughing hysterically.
Yeah, it's a very good way to describe a game that's really bad.
All right.
I don't know. There's a new season that happened in Hearthstone.
Oh, did it start? You didn't make it to Legend?
Every month. Oh, I stopped at level 3 because I started playing this terrible MMO.
God damn it, Tony. Are you playing with Scott at least?
I mean, we do the brawl every week, and we play like every once in a while. Scott and I will play together, yeah. And
Are
then
there
I'll jump in and watch his shit.
Are there raids to run in Trove?
Yeah, but there's like only one boss that actually does anything. Everything else is just like you smack it a bunch and it dies. So.
I mean,
I didn't realize how hard raids were and everything. Like a well-designed raid is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still doing the Mythic WoW rating and all that stuff. 3
That's
nights
awesome.
a week.
Yeah.
I wish I got into that stuff. I wish I liked WoW. I just don't. I can't.
Man, try
I
it when the
can't
new
make it.
expansion comes out.
Yeah, just if
You
it
can
was
double
on the
jump in the new
PS4.
expansion.
You can. There's a class that has a double jump.
But can you dodge roll?
Yeah, can you dodge? Does it have a dodge roll?
I have a dodge roll now in Destiny.
Monks do.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
man, I need to play Destiny now.
Yeah, there's a dodge roll. Destiny.
Um,
Sean, we have a theory. Nobishin has a theory that I've also adopted. That if a game has a dodge roll, it's good.
WoW has a dodge roll, by the way. Monks have a roll.
Monks do
ability
have a
just
dodge
called
roll.
Okay.
Interesting. I just got a helmet last night on my. I had really good RNG last night, where I got a helmet that lets me do my dodge roll ability no matter what, no matter what I'm using.
Okay.
So, because usually that's like a skill you have to invest in. So now I got like one of the best helmets in the game, and I can use the best ability in the game and stack it with another ability that's incredible. So I'm pretty happy right now.
Does the dodge roll cut to third person?
Yes.
Is it like quick though?
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually so quick that they had to nerf it before the game came out, because they used to make it so in the air, and they're like, that's fucking broken, because people were dodge rolling through missiles when they were being shot.
That's fucking awesome.
But now, like, you could, like, if someone's shooting at you, you could just like, oh, I want to go behind that corner, and you could like double click it, and then you could do back-to-back rolls where your character's just, because you go invisible too when you do it.
Oh,
So you're invisible and you roll.
it's starting to sound like a pretty good video game option.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Right up until the fact where I headshot a kid halfway through the roll, and I was like, oh, that kid's furious.
Yeah. That felt good though, didn't it?
Oh, it did. It definitely did.
Um.
I'm interested to see how this game changes once it gets competitive, because there's nothing really competitive in Destiny right now, other than
Yeah.
Crucible, which is like light. Once it gets like Trials is out, that's when you start seeing like what the actual definitive best things in the game are.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Okay. I think we can. Let's take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about. Nobish and I are going to talk about Dancing Forever together.
Pantsless or pantsed or what? How are we doing?
Yeah,
that?
pictures as proof.
Yeah, doesn't
Hot.
matter, man. Like, as long as I'm dancing. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back in just a little bit. So, Sean, we are on break.
Cool.
Video's going to keep going. Recording's going to keep going, but you can go pee or whatever now. I have to pee, so.
I have nothing in me. I have not done it for a long time. That
You're
gonna be
fully
right back,
empty.
too.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna farm a little then.
Spoken like a true MMO player.
Yeah, I need these materials to upgrade my guns.
Yeah. I need to maybe get the Taken King. I don't know.
Taken King's fucking real good, man.
Yeah. I have the base game, so I'm in the actual worst position in terms of upgrading.
Do you own any of the other DLC?
Nope.
Oh, you should just go buy the $60 version.
Yeah, exactly. That's so dumb. I'll sell
Yeah,
for $3.
probably not even $3
Yeah.
because it's basically worthless.
It's pretty much worthless.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, yeah.
It's the worst kind of weird too.
Yeah. I need to get my fucking. I need to get grenade kills.
You know what's funny about the entire thing though?
What?
We were both, bite the bullet and do it anyway, because at PS4, as we were looking at it, I realized, wait a second, don't anymore.
Oh, you're cutting out, Scott.
Oh.
Oh, I think I got you now.
But anyway, basically, I don't have a PS4 anymore. And when we realized that, we were like, oh.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sucks.
his older brother owned the PS4, and he recently moved out, so now Scott doesn't have a PS4 or like any other game console. So
Pretty much. I have three.
Interesting.
Got
That
a
sucks.
computer. They work.
Sometimes.
Oh, I actually have to switch over to my hunter to do this, and I really don't want to. Let's see. Oh my god, I'm so close to level 40. Just give me the goddamn level, you cunt. I'm gonna go ahead and kill one enemy to get a level up. Oh jeez. Class are you anyway? Oh, Alex isn't here.
Oh, I'm here.
What class are you?
What class am I? I am a
Destiny.
warlock.
Oh, okay. Basically useless, but they're fun to play.
Excuse me. I have feelings.
You're not basically useless. Just warlocks are. Warlocks are like the hand jobs of Destiny characters. They're fine, but there's some other stuff that you'd rather have.
But we want the real thing.
Yeah, you call a hunter.
I made a second character that's a hunter.
Oh yeah, hunter and warlocks are fun to play though. That's my second character.
Yeah, like I chose the warlock because I thought it was fun to play.
They look really cool. They are fun to play, so I get it. But in the raid, they're not. I mean, I guess you have self-res. You can get self-res.
Self-resurrection?
Yeah, you get that.
You tell the players that are not actually good at the game to go play Warlock.
Yeah, you play that. Yeah, oh, that's a good point. Their special's just not very PvE related. So it's like when you're doing like the really top tier stuff, it's like, well, you got 3 really good PvP specials, but nothing that's going to help us right now. Except for if you fuck up and die, you can revive yourself.
Well, that's probably gonna happen. So
Yeah, that's a good point.
solid.
No, I'm sure you'll be fine with the game.
Gus, what do you want, Gus? He jumped up on my bed. Look at him. He's so
Aw.
big.
My cat would not let me play Destiny today. She was just all over me. I adopted a cat.
Aw,
Yeah, she was being abused, so I
what's
decided.
her name?
Her name is Fuzz.
That's a good name.
Yeah, I didn't name her, but she
Um,
was being abused, and I didn't want that to happen anymore, so I took her.
Good. Good on you.
She's old. She's like 13, but it doesn't mean anything.
That just means she's super chill.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, on a good day.
Well, she's super chill to me.
Yeah. My cat is my brother's cat. His name is Gus, and he's gigantic.
It's awesome. Cats are the best.
Cats are cool.
Yeah.
All right, are we all back, Tony?
Is it alright if I do stuff on my game while we record?
I mean, like, are you here? Are you attentive?
Yes.
Are you not me?
Are you not Scott? Scott can only do one thing at once.
No, I'm
Well,
very for my
I have
streaming
a
background.
mechanical keyboard,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
they
Yeah, we can hear it. We can
that's
hear
just
all of it.
not. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
my
mean-
streaming background lends well. I'm not gonna be doing anything like I'm just gonna be walking around.
I mean, preferably just as like a respect thing. Like, I just would want you to be focused, but like, as
Just give me 1 second then. Totally cool.
Yep.
Tony's not back yet, so
Oh, okay.
you got a hot second.
I was just right in the middle. All right, okay, I'm fine now. I was just like, I wasn't gonna do it the whole time. I just wanted to get that one.
I just need a little fix. Come on, man.
No, I just needed to get my 40. Now I can equip all my gear from my hunter and basically be fucking super strong. Suck it, game.
Eat a dick, game.
Oh,
Cool. Now we just wait for or we could probably start with that. Tony.
Hello?
Oh, there he is.
It's a good thing that I'm here because for some reason while I was gone, my mic got unplugged, so we have to make a new Audacity track.
Yay! All right, you don't have to worry about anything, Sean.
okay, good. I was like, uh-oh. What did I break?
It's just I have to.
Yeah, I just gotta count Tony in
What is
again.
this? 247
Yeah.
_1.
There's no place like home.
Oh gosh, you are so happy.
Man,
aren't
Alex,
you?
this time now I can give you one file in like 3 days and the other one in like
Don't.
next week.
Please don't do this. Barry got me all
ETA on
5
Tony's.
files in a timely manner.
Oh,
5.
I'm
Nice.
ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Juan.
What do I do?
Nothing. You just sit there and look pretty.
Okay. Story of my life.
Scott's your microphone's muted.
Sometimes that happens. You know,
Yeah.
it happens.
We just deal with it, right, Gush? Right, Gushy?
Oh,
All right.
oh, fucking suck it, game. You
There,
know,
and it's muted again.
I just went from like light level. It's gonna mean nothing to most of you, but I just went from light level like 190 to 270 in one shot.
That makes me hard as a rock.
Yeah, you know what's up.
I'm like level 97.
You're on your way there. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose.
Okay.
You're on your way there.
Sean, what headphones are you wearing? You're just like wearing the one in the ear.
Skull candy.
Okay.
Yeah. They work great. This is my PlayStation headset too. Super comfy. You can wear them forever.
That's good.
Yeah. And they're like, great sound quality because they like embed into your brain.
Yeah. I can't do the in-ear stuff, so.
Oh, really? This is an in-ear one, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can do like the buds that just kind of rest, and then these are on-ear, which these are the only on-ear headphones that I've actually found comfortable. And over-ear, but in-ear, they don't agree.
These are like soft gel, so when you put them in, they feel good.
Yeah, those ones, those are okay.
They're like just like $27 headphones, so they're not like super expensive or anything. They just feel good.
How are we doing on news now, Bishan? I'm trying to think. What else happened?
Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
That fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah. the dump's on fire. In fire. Let me check GameSpot. Titanfall sells 10 million. That's cool.
Really? People are still buying that game?
I like that game. Did you? Did
I liked it. I thought it was fun, but I just didn't think anybody still played it.
I played it last month, and 6,000 people were playing it on Xbox One. It was the most depressing thing.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That was weird, the way that game like came and just went.
Just came and went. I mean, like it very clearly didn't have much to it. I think Titanfall 2 will be fine. Do a lot better, but,
the gameplay wasn't the problem.
Yeah, the gameplay was fucking awesome.
So awesome. Call of Duty was like, we'll just do that next time.
Yeah, we'll just do that. God, man, Blops. How much of that beta did you play?
Like 30 hours of it. 20
Yeah,
hours.
I think I was.
I'm done. That's my fix.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I played like.
Mark even said that.
Yeah, I played like 40 hours of that.
Shit, even Mark?
Yeah.
It is spreading.
Man.
It is spreading.
Yeah, that Call of Duty fatigue is real. I played 40 hours of the beta. I got to just about max level, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm not buying this game now." So,
Like
Refuse to
granted,
give that company money.
like granted, he already pre-ordered the game digitally, so like it's on his system, just waiting for him when it starts on
But
there.
he'll
But
never touch it.
he's going to cancel it. Yeah, he'll never cancel. He'll forget all about that. So
Yeah.
No one, Mark.
Tell him to cancel it. Do it.
PewDiePie was on Stephen Colbert. I don't know what happened.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I bet it was interesting.
Sean Murphy's on
Probably.
Stephen Colbert.
Yes, he was on there to talk about No Man's Sky.
Just fucking put the game out. Stop talking about it.
Yeah, stop
Shut
talking
the
about
f-
it.
Just
I
shut
want
the fuck up and go away and make the game.
I want to play it.
Also, by the way, it's totally multiplayer.
It's not. You can listen. You can look. I'll link you to that interview. Talks about it.
Yeah, can you meet other people?
No.
I'm
No, but
pretty
you see
sure
all the
that
stuff they did.
you could still meet other people.
You can see the stuff that they discovered,
Right.
but you can't actually see anyone else. We're just gonna keep going back and forth about this.
It's really kind of too bad.
Yeah, no news happened. Oh yeah, Fallout 4 DLC is now available to pre-order on Xbox One. So there you go, Scott.
You could pre-order the
Oh no,
DLC.
Deus Ex's fucking pre-order campaign got canceled. We got to talk about that.
Okay.
That one made me happy. Pre-order cancel. I'm writing, typing.
I mean, you'll have to sound like you're fucking Jabba the Hutt while you do it.
Oculus Rift will cost more than $350, but big surprise there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, the virtual porn is real.
Oh yeah, the fucking
Like,
the truth.
People want that just for the virtual porn.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's porn companies investing a lot of money in making 3D products that are already out. I'm very experienced in this field.
Wouldn't you?
I'm thinking about getting an Oculus for it, actually. I have a girlfriend now, so I have to figure out other ways.
She just comes in, sees you like naked with a VR headset on. She's like, "What's going on here?" Like, don't worry about it.
She's gonna walk in. I'm gonna be like this with a cantaloupe on my crotch. VR goggles and a cantaloupe. That was awesome.
Full stream back, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
the slow stroke, babe. Come back in a week.
Never stroke slow. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else here. We can talk a little bit about that. You can pay like a whole bunch of money to sports, but that's not relevant. That's just relevant to my personal life.
A bunch of people leaving their socks around the beach, bunch of dogs.
Yeah, fuck man. You gotta
Never
let them free.
seen Harry Potter's.
Seen or read?
No, I don't read. You can tell by my vocabulary.
Fair enough. No, that's a valid life decision.
I mean, I listen to books.
Yeah, I read the books once through, and then I listened to the audiobooks for convenience sake.
If they could get somebody cool to do the voice for it, like Christopher Walken, I would like listen to all of them. You're a wizard! Whoa, Harry!
All the voices just sound the same.
Yeah. They're like,
Dumbledore, you're a wizard too. He just keeps reading like stuff that's not even in the books.
Sir, there's no punctuation there. The sentence doesn't stop. It does when I tell it to. I'm a millionaire. It's whatever I want.
Yes, Mr. Walken, of course.
I still want him to do a GPS.
Oh, please. Take a left at the light.
He'll pause so long, you're already past.
Like, I already went straight to the light. Fuck.
That's an app right there. That's $1 million app right there.
Yeah, that is.
Walking around. That's what you call it.
Say that! Shit. Oh, man. Walking around.
Gotta open up Walking on Sunshine.
Yeah, Walking on Sunshine. And it'll play the music from that one music video that he's in the whole time in the background.
So good.
Oh, it's so good. It's a beautiful thing.
You ever want to lose like 5 hours of your life? Look up just Christopher Walken gifs. You'll never leave.
You'll never stop. That's like
I have a Christopher Walken gift for everything that Alfredo will ever tweet. I have a response for him, Christopher Walken.
I know. You are always on point with those gift responses. Scott, did somebody like come talk to you?
Yep.
Okay, you good?
Yep. Told him to get out.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna bring
They
it back.
weren't listening for a while.
And we're back.
You go.
No, thank you. I was on Indus this week. I'll be on I guess the same week that this episode comes out.
Oh, you tell them that we still they're cool.
Yeah, I got to hear an organic "You Welcome Back" and I got really happy about it, and then they just started laughing at me. It was like Indus like 374.
311. That's always say 311.
It was 311. Yeah. It was a good show. Check it out. Let's continue to talk about video games. Nabashin, how about you? What video games have you been playing? Yeah.
Probably a little bit more Shovel Knight. Didn't get too far into it. I still didn't beat it yet. So
That's the other thing I played this week.
So yes, I still didn't get to the Plague of Shadows stuff. So I still got. Yeah. But I didn't get to it yet. I was mostly got distracted because of other games. But but yeah, that game's still awesome. More Mario Maker. I finally beat that damn Riker level, which is great. The sacrificing of Yoshi.
The kill your Yoshi to live.
Yeah. Yeah, because there was a which is weird. It was like a certain point on it where you had to like jump across a chasm of lava, and like there were dry bones around, and you had to kill. And what happened is like you're supposed to like jump on one dry bones and then get to this platform where you jump on a Yoshi and jump above to get on another Yoshi. But then that other Yoshi never spawned; it just made a mushroom that just goes into the lava, and then you can't even get to it. So like broke the level, but then like you see like the viewers comments saying like, oh, you have to kill like when you're jumping from those on those dry bones to get to the next platform, you have to kill all those dry bones, and then like the glitch will it'll work then. So that was weird. But yeah, that was a weird thing. But like other than that, yeah. So like I beat that level. It was great. I had a great time doing that. I feel awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Yes. So yeah, that game's still good. That game was really good. I got to the point now where I'm just like following the people that I really like, and just trying out their new levels. Like Jeff Gerstmann just made a new level today, so I'll probably try that after we do this podcast. And like of course I've been trying out Ross from Game Grumps every once in a while.
His sadistic, fucked up levels, yeah.
Yeah, that's because.
I'm curious, Nabishin, what is your game of the year look like right now?
What does it look like?
Yeah.
I've shown you what ones they were. You mean like
yeah,
order-wise?
I know like what's on the list, but like have you been thinking about the order that it's going to be going in?
Oh, more or less.
Because I know Witcher was number 1 for a while. I don't know if anything's taken it down yet.
No.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Let me see what I tweeted out because I know exactly. Probably the order is, but like definitely number 1 would be Witcher. 2 would be Metal Gear. It's like everything else. It's like I'm just trying to.
Is that surprising to you that Witcher was more effective on you than Metal Gear?
For the Witcher, yes. For the Metal Gear, no.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
That does make sense. Because I know how much you love Metal Gear, but we both knew how different Metal Gear Solid 5 was going to be, so
yeah. Then
yeah, it's just curious because like you've been saying like this year hasn't been really good for me, but I feel like you've also had like a lot of really great experiences like Splatoon, Mario Maker, and stuff like squeezed in there.
Yeah, but like I feel like in other years, I feel like there's always like an indie game a month that like really really gets me, and like that really hasn't happened this year.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, the microphone cut off.
Oh, typing. Jesus. But yeah, you need to take the punches as you get them. Like games like Danganronpa, like another episode. I've been playing a lot more of that. That's got way up for me because I'm just loving it like every moment now. Like
do I need to play that game?
It's really really good. Like I text you. It's like the gameplay is not the highlight of that game. Is the story and what makes you go through. And like I said, it's pretty much that one fucked up part, that one fucked up description in Danganronpa 2, but that's the entire fucking game. Yeah. And that's just great. Like I said, like the only real bummer is just the Monokuma thing, but like and somewhat the gameplay. The gameplay is fine. It's fun. It's polished. Well, it's not really fun. It's polished and it's good. But like it's kind of repetitive. I mean, it's just the same thing every once in a while. And like the Vita is not that great for like aiming and like try to shoot like a weak point for Monokuma. So, I just love playing that game. Like it just goes places that you don't really think about. And of course, it has the dumb Japanese quirk stuff that I also like sometimes when it's done the right way because it makes me laugh and like stupid anime shit. I really
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know what it is. I fully acknowledge that, and I fully love it because of that. But yeah, that game's great. I really really enjoyed that game. Every moment that I play it, like hopefully I can beat it soon. Like I'm right at the end. I just started chapter 5, I believe. Yeah, I just started chapter 5, and more than likely it'll be 6 chapters, like every Danganronpa game. So like yeah, I'm really curious to see how it ends.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Let me know, because I feel like by the end of it, you'll know for sure if I need to play it. As a fan of Danganronpa. So.
You could always ask Justin.
That's why I was going to ask Justin as well.
Justin's not going to have an unbiased opinion.
Yeah, Justin's going to say you should play everything Danganronpa, and I'll be like, Justin, you need to
Come on, man.
You need to check yourself, all right?
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, get your bullshit out of here. Okay. Cool. What else? The hell is Freedom Planet? I was just looking at your list. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, I play Freedom Planet. It's a game that's it's pretty much a spiritual successor of a Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Oh, this game. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that's exactly what it is too. Like I play it, and it's like just about going fast and like doing these like platformings like any old Sonic 1, 2, or 3 Knuckles version of Sonic the Hedgehog, and it plays fun and it's good, and then like the boss battles are really fun. I really enjoy playing that game. Probably like the only like negative I would give to it is like this like there's a story to this, and like
it's terrible.
It's not really that it's terrible. It feels unnecessary. Like more emotion from like the end of Sonic 2 than I am getting from this game playing it right now, because like it's fully voice acted, and like some voices sound like they're in like a broom closet recording it or something. So like
it does look very cute.
Yeah, I mean like it's fine. Like I feel like the people who couldn't get into Dust and Elysian Tale might not get into this game for whatever reason. They're like, oh, it's furries. I don't know. But like the gameplay is fine, and like it's fun, and like it really does bring me back to playing one of those old Sonic games. It's completely competent. I really enjoy it. I can't wait to play more of it.
Okay, cool. I'm looking at a trailer, and it looks like it's got a lot of different cool stuff that I didn't expect in it. So
yeah,
it's a very long trailer also for like a launch trailer. It's like 3.5 minutes long. So it looks cool. I mean, is it out on consoles now?
It's out on Wii U. Like it took fucking forever to come out on Wii U. Like they released it maybe like a month or two ago, and then like they took it down like an hour later because like they had a bug on that game that I think like fucked up your Wii U, like actually like broke your Wii U.
Jesus.
Something like that. So
Nailing
like, and so they took it off the store and then hadn't put it up for like 2 months, and now this finally came out, and yeah, this plays great. It's fun.
Cool.
Other than that, I played a little bit more Tomb Raider Definitive Edition since it was free on the Xbox One, and just getting ready for the next Tomb Raider. I probably won't
some
beat
tombs.
Yeah, I probably won't beat that game again.
Yeah.
But like it's really fun. But it makes me want to play the PS4 version just because it's 60 frames. Now, now I'm used to the fucking 60 frames. Like I felt like a fucking snob. Like I didn't even give a shit about 60 frames.
60 frames is important.
So good,
60
man.
frames is very important.
I played the Uncharted demo this week. Shit, man.
That's gonna be weird.
It's so good though. Holy shit! It makes such a difference in Uncharted.
It makes a difference. I'm a big snob when it comes to 60 frames per second.
Me too.
Like I would love. I want playing Destiny at 30 frames per second. Like gives me a fucking headache after I come from.
Yeah, I was wondering how do you play Destiny then?
I'm usually angry when I'm playing it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go.
I mean, just in general, I think Destiny is probably the smoothest running 30 frames per second.
Yeah, I mean it's got 30 frames on lock. It does a really good job.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, but like if you go, I just playing Gears of War, like a lot at 60 frames. Then I went back to start to do trials, and I was like, holy, how did I play this before? It's made me nauseous.
Yeah.
You adjust, just like anything else.
Like it's one of those things where like I don't need it, but god damn, does it just make every experience better?
Yeah, especially shooters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like it's always things with 60 frames per second. Like it's like when I look at like 120 hertz television, like it just looks so fucking weird, and everything
Like
looks
a
like
true motion on.
Yeah, and then everything looks like it's going way too fast, and the dialogue sounds faster, even though it probably isn't.
Yeah, it's
like,
psychological, right? But like that's bullshit because that's artificial. So that looks weird.
Yeah, it's like digitally enhanced to make it look like that.
Yeah, so that's not legit. So hard to compare that to actual 60 frames per second.
I don't get the people who are like, I don't see it. I don't.
Yeah,
like people will go, I'm like, how the
crazy to
fuck
me.
do you not see it? What are you blind? I mean,
Yeah, like-
anybody. Stevie Wonder walks up to this and is like, this looks way better. Like, I don't get it.
The first time I ever saw it was like I went to Scott's house and his brothers were watching Kung Fu Panda of all things. So like animated, and so it's kind of like the first wave of those artificial double frame rates. And I'm watching, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
Yeah.
Because like it wasn't a thing, it was new, and I'm like, this is wrong. This is so wrong. And they're like, I don't know, what are you talking about? I'm like, can't you? This looks wrong. They're like, I couldn't explain to Scott's like little brother who was like 13 at the time, like why this was fucked up. Like this is fucking terrible. Stop it. And like Scott came down and someone like, you need to get me out of here. I need to leave.
I was the same way in Best Buy, like years ago when I was in Best Buy, and like they were playing like fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. It was like right when Blu-ray was like actually a thing, and like everybody accepted it, and like it was like on one of those True Motion TVs, and then I'm like, do you not see this shit? And I think it was with Mark too. I was like, do you not see this? Like, look at this screen, like it's moving way too fast. This is not it's not how it's supposed to look like. I've seen this movie like 5 times. Like there's no way it looks like this.
And
like
everything. Ugh.
Yeah, it was one of
like
those
it's in
things.
one shot.
Yeah, I took the remote and I tried to like take it off fast forward. That's like where I was at with it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
true.
like when you talk to people about it, they don't see it. You feel like a crazy person.
You really
The worst
do.
part is like, you don't see this. It's like this looks perfectly normal to me. I'm like, you're crazy.
Sir, we're gonna have to ask you to leave the Magnolia section of Best Buy. I believe, damn it.
I can see it.
I get a witness. For God's sake.
We need a goddamn witness for this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, fuck True Motion. What were we talking about? 60 frames per second.
But yeah, Tomb Raider.
Yeah, Tomb Raider.
Yeah. And other than that, I've been playing Persona 4, dancing all night.
Persona 4, please God, I just want a dance edition.
I didn't even touch the story yet. Like, it's not like I don't, because obviously I do. I'm interested in the characters. I'm interested in the world, but like, I really love rhythm games, and like, I really like this game. But fuck, man, like I said, it's.
The text you sent me was perfect.
It's the easiest yet hardest rhythm game I've ever played, because that screen is so distracting. Like they're dancing in front of me. The fucking screen with where you hit the notes are just a bunch of fucking nonsense. And it's just like it's just everywhere. Like it's really hard to keep track on it, like, at least for me. But like they're so lenient with like the button presses. Like you can hit that button like a full second before that thing even comes up, and it still say good. You know,
you're good. You're fine.
Yeah, because like and that's probably like the really issue with the game is like it only does perfect, great, good, and miss. So like there's no like almost, or like there's nothing like that in between thing where it's like, oh, okay, I need to get a little bit better with my timing. So it was like, because like even good sometimes, and it's weird too, because like, oh man, because I'm used to rhythm games, and like
yeah, no, you're the rhythm maestro.
But like sometimes good counts to your combo, sometimes it doesn't. So like I guess it's just what level of good you are. So like it really just fucks with me of that. But like other than that though, like the music's fantastic. I love the soundtrack so goddamn much because I'm a big fan of Persona music, and I'm a big fan of Japanese music. So like just listen to that and just like just grooving with that and just like playing time make history and like and just like doing the rhythm with it is just so good and so satisfying. I just love doing that.
For the song, which is just called Dance, is fucking awesome as well.
Yeah. Like probably like my favorite one's against the DLC one. I think it was $1. It's Reese's song, True Story, and like I like dancing with her with that because like oh man, this is like always what I wanted to do. It's like
this is what I wanted, shit.
Yeah, but like that game's great. It's really cool.
Yeah, so I also, as a perfect segue into my games, played Persona 4. Please God, I just want a dance edition, and I got a Vita TV, so I was streaming it.
How'd you get that?
I bought it at Best Buy. I price matched it to Amazon, so I saved $7 on it. So,
so how much did you pay then?
I paid I think it was about $30.
Okay.
So, and then I got $10 off Persona 4 Dancing All Night. So it was like $70 total. So
did they actually have it at the store this time, or did you have to
I went
wait
to
a
the
day?
store that they said had. So like the normal store in Columbia that I normally go to didn't have or had it, but because like it was when I was cleaning up my house, and I went to different Best Buy than the one I normally go to, and of course they didn't have any of it. And they're like, "Oh, the only store in like 50 miles is the one that you always go to." I'm like, "Great, the one time." I try to save some time, but yeah, I just went there the next day and they had like 3 copies of it. They had 2 copies of the Disco Fever special edition as well, but like,
yeah, I got that shit.
I know, I just don't. I didn't need to spend the money on it. So
Yeah, I know. Do you want me to send you the CD?
yeah, I had a few people saying that they could send me the songs. I definitely need that fucking soundtrack. So, yeah. So I played a little bit of the Just Dance mode, Just Please God Let Me Dance mode. Not probably as much as you, since that's all you've played. And I'm bad at it. Though my biggest thing with it, because I'm playing on the TV, so everything's kind of more spread out. It might actually be easier to play on the Vita.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. I wouldn't dare play that shit on the television.
But like when you're playing the story, and we'll get to that in a second, it's just way easier to like not be. But it's like the thing is like you got the triangle, circle, X on the right side, and then up, left, down on the left side. So sometimes it'll like bounce back and forth between, and anytime it's like the top or bottom one on like on the side that I'm not looking at, I'll hit the middle button because I'm like dumb, like and like I'm not. I guess I'm just not coordinated with a rhythm to be able to do that. I'm getting better at it. But the other thing is like you'll get like notes that you have to hit like tap tap or tap tap tap, and like the first note will like explode and completely cover up the rest of anything that's happening. You're like, I don't know where the other ones went. So you have to like know ahead of time how you're going to rhythmically tap them, and I'm terrible at that. So yeah, it's very distracting, all the things that are happening. But God, is that like it is the greatest, dumbest thing I've ever bared witness to in a video game, because I was playing and Tony was watching me. He was watching my stream. I don't know if you were paying attention, but like I was playing, and then Yosuke like danced on screen.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then we danced together, and then we traded dances, and then we high-fived, and then he danced off screen, and then I summoned a persona that played a fucking air guitar or an electric bass, and then the personas or the shadows behind me exploded. I'm like, this is the greatest game ever fucking made of all time. So, and I danced, and like the only thing I did there was dancing. So it was a pretty fucking sweet deal. I'm gonna be honest with you all. But I played some of the story.
How is it?
So different Rise. We've established this.
Yes.
It's the girl who played Rei in Persona Q, who's doing a Rise. She sounds very much like Rise. She does a great job. It's one of those things where like
I could say a voice and like it, but because I know who she is, and like if I tell you who she is, you can't see her any other way now. Probably I'll say yeah.
Probably. So, then let's wait until I finish.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna wait.
It's like it is one of those things where it's like my big hang up is if this had just been Rise's voice the whole time, I'd be fine. But since it's just different, it always kind of nags at me. But she does a really great job.
Does she say Afghanistan?
Yeah, she just says Afghanistan. That's the only word she says. Afghanistan. Yeah, but she does a great job. It's just weird and different. But at this point, like Naoto's different, Kanji's different. Chie was the first one that was different in Teddy. It's a miracle that any of them are the same at this point. So I'm happy with it. She does.
That's almost a full cast. All you got is Yukiko.
Yeah, Yukiko and Yosuke are the only ones I guess that are still the same. And you know Rikami, but he didn't talk in the original Persona 4, so he just grunted and yelled Persona. So
that's kind of talking.
That's talking, but like one word. Oh god. So yeah, it's so weird. Like the further and further away you get from the original Persona 4 Golden, and like how much you talks, Narukami talks, and like it's weird. I've not been a fan of it since the original Persona 4 Arena. So I don't know. that's like a separate problem because
that's kind of why I can't get into the anime more or less.
Yeah, I mean that's a big problem with the anime, and he doesn't talk that much in the anime too. He talks way more in Arena, and it's like commit to it one way or the other. And that's why, like, you know, I don't think the Persona 5 protagonist is going to talk, because that's just how they do it. But anyway, the story mode is Persona 4 Arena, so there you go. But like way less doing anything. And Persona 4 Arena, you would fight every now and again, but in this, it's you dance like every 5 hours. So and like the first I think 2.5, 3 hours. I danced once, so it's pretty good, is what I'm saying. But it's just like I don't know how much of that I have left in me. I guess
them dragging on Persona 4.
Well, it's them dragging on Persona 4 because, like, you know, I really liked Arena and Arena Ultimax. I didn't finish Ultimax, and it's like playing this again. I'm like, I really want to finish Ultimax because this takes place after that. But I liked Ultimax because it brings back the Persona 3 characters, save for the protagonist, for obvious reasons, and you know that way they're not like compromising that and having him talk or anything. And like this is I'm catching up with like old friends as well as introducing them to my new friends. Like that's how I talked about that, and that was great. They did that really well. But like you know, it's the same deal of just like you're unloading plot onto me, and like that's why I'm glad I have it on my TV. It's just like I set it to autoplay, and I'm just watching the dialogue happening, and I'm just sitting there like I'm enjoying it. I'm taking it all in. You know, it's still more time with those characters, and I still really like that. But like, you know, it's there's so much of this now. We've gotten so far away from what was originally there. It's different. It's still good, but it is not the masterpiece that Persona 4 is. So please, God, just let this be the end. Please. I think this game is really fun, but I just want it to be over so we can move on. And with Persona 5 coming out next year, I think they're ready to kind of milk whatever that creates, which is fine because that's all new. It's fresh. I'm open to it. And I guess especially after Persona Q, and I had real Risei in that, and so much of that, so 85 hours of that I'll never get back. But yeah, it's there's a group of 5 pop idols that are actually younger than Risei, and then 4 of them get kidnapped. And then there's a midnight stage. No, into a website that changes at midnight. And they're all pop idols, and you got to dance to save them. So it's pretty great, is what I'm saying. But yeah, it's kind of what you expect.
Cool.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna play more of it. Other stuff I've been playing: Metal Gear Solid 5, Destiny. We talked about those things. Spelunky, I play when I edit the show. Still, that game's real good. I played Plague of Shadows, the Shovel Knight thing, and it's super weird. Scott, I think you definitely for sure need to play this. It is like so vastly different than Shovel Knight Vanilla, because not only do you have a double jump, but you can kind of like you can charge a jump, and then like explode upwards, and that's like higher than your regular jump. And you can stall yourself in air by throwing vials, and like so like you can do absurdly technical stuff like jump, do your charge, explosion, throw vials, and then start charging another jump, and then move forward, and then explosion jump again in air if you have enough time to charge. So you can cover like an entire screen with just aerial movement, and stall yourself at different points because you're tossing vials. So it is way, way crazier than Shovel Knight. And you still have like your items and stuff that you can get, but you can basically your bombs have like the vials that you throw are bombs, and you can customize how you throw them, whether you throw them up or down or whatever direction, how they explode, how many you can throw, and the fuse on them, like how long it takes for them to detonate. So you can modify all that in a completely different menu. But outside of that, you're just kind of going through the same levels. They've all been reworked in certain areas to remove platforms or add platforms as necessary. It's really cool. Mm. It's so different. Like, it's a completely different game, pretty much. And like the way you get into town is different. Some of the story stuff is different. It's cool. I think you guys will like it. But it's a way more vertical video game. I like it. Sean, did you ever play Shovel Knight?
Yeah, I beat it on the way to Kind of Funny Live. I started it and beat it on the way to Kind of Funny Live. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy that game very much. Yeah. I'm a big old school video game player. That's obviously. I always tell people I'm classically trained in video games.
Nice.
I like that.
So I fell into that game very easily. I started playing it and I was like, this feels right.
Yeah.
So
the way I phrase it is, it plays as well as you remember games playing.
Yeah.
And sometimes those games don't necessarily play as well
as you remember them.
Yeah.
So it feels like, obviously, it feels like what its inspiration was. It feels like Mega Man and DuckTales.
Yep.
And both of those games I've played almost every. Well, obviously there's only one DuckTales, but or at least I think there's only one DuckTales.
I hope so.
But I played a lot of the Mega Man games when I was younger, so that game I am a big fan of.
Yeah, it's really cool. Plague of Shadows is neat. It is less. I guess it feels less like a classic game like Shovel Knight because it was so simple, but it's hard to explain. It's a wholly different thing. Check it out if you haven't already, since it's free. So.
I need something for my flight to San Fran, so I'll probably end up playing that.
Yeah.
That, or my real hope is that Axiom Verge is out on the PS Vita by then.
Hopefully, that game's pretty cool.
I've been holding off because that's gonna be the last game I play on my Vita before I sell it, and I was like, that's a game I want to actually play on my Vita. So like I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. It just doesn't seem to be. I know that we got an updated on it recently, but
yeah, hopefully by the end of the year. So hopefully before PSX. What if like he releases it at PSX and you're like, fuck. Well, at least you have something for the flight home.
Yeah, I like those games. I like those style of games, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I think I definitely think Axiom Verge has some issues, but I think you'll dig it if you like those style of games.
Mm.
All right, let's talk about some news. News in gaming. Have you ever heard that, Sean? I don't know if you have.
You made it this far.
You finally made it this far.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
I just yell at Jack.
News!
15 seconds beforehand.
Yeah. Not too much news this week. There was one thing I definitely wanted to talk about, and a couple of things that Nabishin brought to my attention. So, like, what's going on with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5? Other than it's fucking hot street trash.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It's getting fucking eviscerated in reviews.
Oh, yeah. I saw
it had a day one game.
Yeah.
I saw IGN give it a 3.5.
Yep.
3.5.
There's a 1.7 on Metacritic right now.
Jesus. What's wrong, Nabishin? Do you know?
That's clipping issues. Like you're pretty much zero gravity. The amount of content, the menus, like everything just about it is just like it's just one of those maybe made less than a year type of things that just got pushed out the door. And like literally pretty much what it was is like anyone can look this up, but like
the license was expiring.
Yes, exactly. This is like I believe this is the last year that Activision actually has the Tony Hawk name, so it was like let's just get whatever we can out of this before we have to give up the license. So
great. That's a great mentality to approach video game design with.
Yeah, a lot of the problem with the game too is its controls. So it has a feature that allows you to slam to the ground really quickly. Mm-hmm. To like if I want to maybe jump over something and land in a pool, I could hit this button and go down. But it's the same button as grind, which means sometimes when you'll try to grind, if you're not in the absolute perfect vicinity, you'll just stop your combo by slamming into the ground and then bailing. So that being the same button as grind made it almost unplayable. It did some pretty cool things, like it has Octodad as a character that you can play as, which I thought was cool.
That is
And there's like they pay homages to like Ratchet and Clank and stuff in the game, which is like a good idea. And at its best, it feels like an arcade skating game, but only for a couple of seconds until either gravity got on you, or you bail for no reason, or it's the maps apparently were really poorly designed. Like they were like they were obviously inspired by old maps, but they were like, let's just take this one element and put it in here and not put anything around it.
Yeah.
So it's a shame. My favorite part about Tony Hawk's right now is the response from the other skateboarding games. Like Ali sent out a tweet saying, sorry, Tony Hawk Pro Skaters 5 is hot garbage. Come buy Ali 2.
Yeah.
EA put Skate on sale across the board.
There wasn't a lot of faith in this game, I don't think, but it is disappointing.
My thing is, obviously they put the number at the end, so like you would think that'd be like not really the second coming, but like oh my god, Tony Hawk is back type of feeling, which everybody was hoping for, which obviously wasn't the case. But like it is, and it just seems like, cause like when before this game was even released, like there was like people were mentioning, oh, this game doesn't look very good, but like you got the sense from like other than like when people talk about Star Fox saying that game doesn't look good, it's like, oh man, they don't want to play it. But like when people say Tony Hawk doesn't look good, they were kind of I don't care type of thing. I just want to play the game. Mm-hmm. So as long as they like put out the game and as long as it was functional, they would have been happy. And I feel like they didn't really have to. I know they didn't try. Well, that's kind of harsh to say, but like they didn't really have to do that much. Is what I'm saying. They pretty much could have looked back to that old blueprint, like 2 and 3, or maybe even 1. Not like they did with the HD edition, but like they try to just like get the fundamentals of that and just make something very similar to that. And they seem just to miss the mark like almost completely as far as that.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's almost like they were in a meeting and then the whiteboard just said make, and then they call him in the day after it releases, and guys, we had one thing on the board, one goddamn thing on the board.
We had 6 months to do it, man. Give us a break. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's probably not enough money, not enough time.
Yeah, that's probably what I have a feeling it's just that no one gave a fuck and they didn't give anybody any time to do it.
Yeah, like, oh, you can get this out in 6 months, right? No.
That's not how video games. Sir, does he know how video games work?
Yeah. I'm Mr. Activision. Put it out. But I mean, like, this is.
But hey, that Transformers game would be great, right?
Yeah. Oh Jesus. R.I.P.
That's
R.I.P.
like next week, though. I think
that is Tuesday.
Jesus. Okay.
That's the day this podcast comes out. So if you're out there playing Transformers Destruction or whatever it's called, Devastation. Don't devastate your disc. Don't die dateless. Tell me that's the new D4.
That's actually the old D4.
It's the original D4. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. This is it for Tony Hawk. The end of Tony Hawk. Maybe now that the license is over. I don't want to say someone can take up the license and make a good game out of it, but maybe we can just move on. And
I don't think you need the license anymore.
Yeah.
No.
And hopefully someone can make a good skating game.
I'm surprised it hasn't been like that much of a spiritual successor. Like there's Ali, but that's more of like that's a completely type of game, different type of game.
Yeah, I mean, Skate is the closest thing that's completely
Skate's
different.
Phenomenal. That's a great series.
Yeah.
They put out 3 in too short of a time.
Yeah.
And like they did 1, 2, and 3 all came out in like 3 or 4 years, and they flooded the market, and like people want Skate 4. I'm telling you, I'm the biggest guy on Twitter all the time. Like, I tweet EA like weekly, like fucking make Skate 4. That's all I want because I love those Skate games. I recently picked up Skate and like I thought it was gonna be a great time, and it was. I was right. I played it for like 7 or 8 hours and just fucked around, and it's a fun game and it feels good to play.
Yeah. And Skate has a very loyal fan base. Like yourself, so.
And PewDiePie was just playing Skate, so. You never know.
So you're cool, is what you're saying.
No, I mean, I'm just saying that PewDiePie has a large influence on the market.
It's true.
They actually, after PewDiePie streamed it, EA started to reprint discs of Skate 3 because it discontinued it. But after PewDiePie in the UK, they completely run out of copies, so they made more.
There you go. PewDiePie moves copies. Get out there, Skate 4.
Powerful character in YouTube's.
Yeah, he was on Stephen Colbert, which we
Yeah, he
were
was.
looking at when I was trying to find news. Speaking of other news and companies changing, Pixel Twisted Pixel, makers of such fine games as Comic Jumper and not Loco Cycle.
Explosion Man.
Explosion Man, Missplosion Man.
Love those games.
People like those games.
Just those two games, though.
Yeah, that's it. Twisted Pixel was purchased by Microsoft, and now they are no longer part of Microsoft. They have gone independent again. So they were independent, and then Microsoft bought them, and now they are independent again. And the last was Loco Cycle, right?
Yes.
And that was in 2013 for the Xbox One launch. It's not well received, from what I understand. I don't know what they've been working on since then. I don't think anyone knows. I don't think that's public knowledge, but it seems like Microsoft and them have mutually parted ways, which is interesting.
I find it almost weird because, like, I think Local Cycle is the only game they made under them at being exclusive. It might have been that and the Gunslinger, because those are the only two games.
Gunslinger was the other one.
Yeah, those would be the only two games that came out around that time. And yeah. I know the Gunslinger was like a polished game. It was one of the better Kinect games, but like, you know, it was a Kinect game, so it didn't really sell that much.
Yeah, so it still didn't really work, and it didn't sell that much.
Yeah. I don't know if it was like a quality thing, or maybe they just wanted more air, or I don't know.
Yeah, so we talked about this on Indus, which you can go listen to. I kind of said it there as well, and we had this conversation a few weeks ago of like the exclusive that Sony gets as the lead platform is a whole bunch of indies. Just because it is easier to push independent games, it seems, if you are the lead platform. It was true when Xbox 360 had the Summer Arcade and could push them, and that was the lead platform. And now it's true of Sony, who is a PS4 lead platform currently. And they're having all these independent kind of festivals where they're pushing multiple indie games at once. So I wonder if indies are just kind of trying to gravitate themselves towards either being third-party and publishing on both platforms, or publishing on Sony's platforms, because there's just that much more of them in the wild. It was just something, we discussed a couple of weeks ago, made me think about it. So, could be related. Could just be that, Twisted Pixel wants to just publish their games on more platforms to sell more in general. But, I expect they'll probably just publish on PS4 and Xbox One. So.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when you think about it. I'm just now thinking about it, too. It's just like, the parallels of like an indie title being exclusive to Xbox One right now and to PS4 right now, because like obviously they're going to go to PC regardless, but like if you think like Mercenary Kings and like some other games, this is like they're not on Xbox One yet, but like other than Bogart the Viking, I can't really think of any indies that's not on PS4. Like IDARB's still on Xbox One, but
yeah, the only thing I can think of is that zombie game, State of Decay, which is like, I think that's published by Microsoft. So,
yeah, it is.
But that's on PC as well. So, yeah, it is curious to see like all these indie games are just gravitating towards PlayStation 4 now, and PlayStation 4 also happens to be the lead platform right at the moment. And that could change. It's we're only 2 years into this thing, not even.
Yeah, I think they're getting trounced though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a safe assumption. I wonder, like PS3 turned the tides pretty well by the end there, and I think Xbox One could totally do it.
I think they can too, absolutely. Especially because it almost seems like Sony's not even trying right now.
Definitely.
And they don't have to. I guess they have like a comfortable lead, but they can't do that forever.
Yeah, I mean, we said that last year.
Yeah.
Last year we were like, I mean, they're going to start trying next year.
Yeah, they got to start trying soon, right?
I remember last September we were like, well, we have the Order coming out.
Yeah, right. Back when the Order was like, this is like a full length game.
I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
Not 7 hours. What?
If you had told me that I was going to like Bloodborne more than the Order last year, I'd have been like, no way.
Yeah, and it is a thing of like, I think Microsoft's got a pretty killer year. I think everyone agrees that.
Yeah.
We'll
Like,
see.
have you seen how many bundles they have right now?
Yeah, the
Like,
Fallout bundle's gonna kill it.
Literally every bundle that has ever
yeah,
existed.
there's a Fallout bundle, there's a Tomb Raider bundle,
The Gears of War white console bundle now.
Halo. I mean, they're going in hard.
Yeah, they've ended Call of Duty, and that's the DLC's over on Sony's side now. But,
And
Battlefront.
Star Wars. Yeah.
oh yeah, and Battlefront too. They got that.
That game's gonna come out and be a 7, and everybody's gonna be really upset.
That is super true. I'm probably still gonna like it a lot, but like a lot of people are gonna be like, "This should have been better."
I played it extensively, and I was like,
Yeah,
this is it, guys."
I'm curious to see. Like, I don't need a single player to that game, but I'm curious to see what the beta feels like in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I hope I was playing an old build,
Yeah.
but I was
not
thrilled.
Quick question, Sean: are you gonna play Metal Gear Online?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm sure I'll dabble, and I'll give it a fair shake, and if it gives it, if it is fun, I'll keep playing it.
Yeah, let me know. We can play together.
Yeah.
Be some buddy up. We'll salute each other. And
yeah. No, you got it. I could salute you in Destiny. Just get to my level.
It's true. Unlock that emote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Twisted Pixel thing doesn't seem too crazy, but we'll see. What is crazy that I love that this happened just to begin with. I love that everything about this happened. So, I mean, we talked about it on the show, I think. Do you guys remember the Deus Ex Mankind Divided pre-order campaign?
Augment your pre-order?
Augment your pre-order, where, like, if enough people pre-ordered, they would, like, unlock these different tiers of things you would get in your pre-order, and you would basically have options to select from each tier. And then if enough people finally pre-ordered, then the game would come out 4 days early.
That's dumb.
It's real dumb. And everyone was like, "This is dumb." And then Square Enix has officially
the game?
Not the game, but the pre-order campaign. So we are now to the point in video games where we are canceling pre-order campaigns, which is pretty good. And Square Enix, the quote about canceling it, it triggered a quote resounding amount of negative feedback, which I think is a great way to put it.
I don't know. Oh man.
The other quote here we have, it says, "When it was first conceived, we wanted the program to give you more choice about pre-order incentives," it explained. "In the past, we would, when we choose these packages ourselves and split them across regions, it's caused frustration. We quickly noticed that this new approach created even more frustration, resulting in a resounding amount of negative feedback. After much thought and reflection, we decided to close down the program and make it all of the incentive content available to anyone who pre-orders Deus Ex Mankind Divided or purchases a Day 1 edition of the game. Additionally, the release date will no longer be changed in accordance with pre-order numbers, and everyone will gain access to the game on February 23rd, 2006.
Thanks a lot, guys. I could have got that game 4 days early.
You could have gotten it on the 19th if we'd pre-ordered enough and you stopped complaining." Yeah, so that was fucking stupid.
What were the words? Resounding negativity?
Resounding negative feedback?
I feel like that Square hears those words like more than any company like in America.
Yeah. I mean, it's
what a weird company.
This is like the weirdest thing, the dumbest thing, and just the most interesting thing at the same time.
I think that's a super, super interesting company because I just feel like they constantly make bad decisions, and I don't know, like, is anybody paying attention over there?
Yeah, like I feel like there could be more communication between the Western and Eastern.
That's got to be
sections of the company. I feel like Eidos and like the Western part of that company is just kind of running itself, but it's still called Square Enix, and then Square Enix Japan, making one game a decade, is also running itself just into the ground.
They're like, "Don't worry, guys. Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and the other Final Fantasy, they'll all be out one day.
They'll be out eventually.
Promise. Maybe. We're gonna release, but please be excited for March of 2017 when we'll tell you when the game comes out."
Watch this dad cry.
Watch this dad cry and drive a cool car. Also, we're gonna patch our demo. Anyway, we're out.
What the fuck just happened?
It's like I feel like I need a witness to this.
Yeah, right.
Because
Is Ashton Kutcher gonna come out and be like, "You guys got punked the last 10 years"?
Something got fucked up in the line there.
What a
It
weird company.
only took them 10 years to announce a release date for Final Fantasy 15. Don't worry about it.
And it's 55% done.
Yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, that's where we're at with Square Enix canceling pre-order campaigns. Augment your pre-order never. That's it.
Do you watch SpongeBob, Alex? Have you ever seen? Okay.
We had several SpongeBob references.
Have you ever seen the episode of SpongeBob where they're like, "Clear your mind," and like everybody's like running around inside of SpongeBob's head like on fire? I feel like that's just Square all the time.
Burn it all! Burn it all!
Square's like, we don't know what's going on.
Forget the name. Where did we put the name? Yeah, that's a great episode.
Yeah, it is a great episode.
All I know is fine dining and breeding.
That was the bomb.
Yeah, SpongeBob is an incredible
Guy who did the voice for SpongeBob did the voice for Spyro in Spyro 3.
Tom Kenny, man.
Tom Kenny.
What a genius. I think about the it's not
King?
a greasy.
Oh.
No,
I'm being funny.
stop. I think about it's just a greasy spoon song from SpongeBob on like a daily basis now. This is not the stove I know.
SpongeBob was a great show.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That's all I had for news. If anybody had anything else, speak now or forever hold their peace.
I just think that Fallout bundle for Xbox is huge news. I think that's like the biggest piece of news of the week.
Fallout bundle, they're also selling. You can now pre-purchase the Fallout Season Pass on Xbox One. So go ahead and be hypocritical or whatever if you hated on that Batman Season Pass and buy pre-order or buy DLC before you know what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I will not do that because that would make me a hypocrite.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Xbox is trying so hard. It's like it's really cool to see Phil Spencer just like. Maybe I'm giving Phil Spencer way too much credit, but I just feel like he's just like walked in there and it's like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, guys. Because him,
you gotta imagine like Don Matrick left 2 years ago now, and Phil Spencer took the helm, and
it's been going up ever since.
Yeah, they like at the very least they seem like a much more likable and friendly company since then.
For a while they really were the Empire, man. It was like every time Microsoft came on stage, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, Don Matrick swept his hair from one direction to the other. Like, whoosh.
Make it playable on the connector. I don't give a fuck.
And he's like, unlimited power. And then, like, he shot lightning out of his fingertips.
The Connect 2 will have unlimited power.
It was really like, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I will say, though, for Xbox, I think they need, like, another... Not more than just Phil Spencer as a face there. I feel like he's, like, too much of, like, the one man... And everyone just goes to him. Like they needed like someone else, like probably fucking Major Nelson on stage or something like that. Like more someone like somebody.
Yeah, not Major Nelson, but like I agree because Sony's got all these faces that you recognize.
Yeah, and Nintendo too. So that's what I'm thinking. Like,
I mean, yeah, because Nintendo has created this weird cult of personality. Obviously, they've lost a major personality with Iwata. But, like, Miyamoto's out there now. He's got his goofs that he's doing, and Bill Trennan is great, and Reggie's great. So they've got, like, a great team of people that you recognize, executive or not. And, like, Sony's got Shuhei, and they've got Adam Boyes. A lot of people still don't know who Sean Layden is. He's the new Jack Trenton. But I like Sean Layden. I think he's all right. So
you got Marcus PSP.
Yeah, you got Marcus PSP. Hells yeah. God, sometimes I just go back and watch one of those commercials and laugh.
If I was Sony, anything from like 2006 to like 2010, I'd just be like, sorry. I'm sorry. We were really not paying attention.
We had Marcus PSP riding a giant enemy crab, and it was, I don't know.
Who the fuck came up with that? Who greenlit that? Who was like, that sounds awesome. Yeah, let's do it.
It sounds great. Kaz Hirai, apparently. I don't know.
Kaz Hirai, the best thing about him is his parody Twitter account.
Yeah. You can use the PSP as the rear view mirror in your Gran Turismo Prologue Forever the Game Is Never Coming Out experience.
Oh man.
PS3 was such a weird thing. Let's take a peek into the mail sack. We have one voicemail from our good friend Silver PR.
Last week's?
He sent a new one, so I'm just gonna because yeah, that was last week. So we're just gonna play the new one. So
Okay.
see if it plays.
Alright guys, hope you are here. Kind of a shitty week for me in contrast to last week if you already aired the last voicemail that I sent. Regardless,
we did
spare
not.
time goes on. And
Jeez.
actually, it's not listening to what happened to Alex. It's not a big deal for me,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Anyway, I hope, Alex, you're okay and all that stuff, but I told you on Twitter.
He is
Mhm.
not.
Alright, let's
Thank
talk
you for
about
reaching out.
games, and the only game that I'm talking about is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It's been talked to death throughout the couple years, so I just want to give my 2 cents. I like it. I found it okay. And for me, that right now I don't have a budget to buy games, pretty much, because, life, Amazon, the baby.
You've got a son.
Okay with
It
having
happens.
a game that will give me hours and hours and hours of entertainment until something comes up, maybe the holidays, I don't know. But I'm satisfied with the game as now. So good being a pirate, I guess.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed, whatever.
That's pretty much about games. Some leak happened. Street Fighter 5. Laura. It's called Laura. And it's not called Laura like Laura Croft. No, fuck that. It's Laura, and that's how it's pronounced. In Portuguese or in Spanish, it's Laura. She's Hispanic. Get over it, guys. And it's
sorry.
okay. NeoGaf went nuts, and it was quite entertaining, if you want to see that. But, it comes to me that, leaks happen, and people get upset and shit, and people get excited all at the same time, and you know what? It is what it is, but it's for people that look for celebrities and they just want to buy the magazines and know every fucking tidbit about their personal lives and all the scoops and all the gossip and whatever. We do the same with games. We just want to absorb as much information as we want, unless we want to go blackout at some game. And that's pretty much about it. But I want to leave you with a question regarding leaks and stuff like that. Is any moment have you got pissed regarding a leak about some information that, shit, I didn't want to know this, or, shit, I really want to be surprised or whatnot, and something like that. I cannot give myself anything, to realize. I mean, to say, no, I don't think it has happened to me, but have you guys? Did happen to you? Anyway. That's about me, guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit rambling today because of all the bullshit that is happening, but life goes on. Regardless, have a fun one. Have a happy Saturday. So PR. Signing out.
I love you, Silver.
He does that just for you now.
I know he does. I love the boy.
Yeah. Any leaks that have ruined something for you? That's a
don't
good
know.
question. I remember when the week before Harry Potter Book 7. Speaking of way back to the beginning. The week before Harry Potter Book 7 came out, apparently the whole thing was online, and it was 2007, so it's like I didn't have anything to do on the internet. So it took me a month to finish that book, so I didn't go on the internet for like a whole month. So, I'm very good at avoiding shit if I don't want to see it.
So am I, normally. Except for my Metal Gear spoil. But
Yeah,
that
was sent directly to you. I
Yeah.
feel like if people started tweeting shit at me, I would probably...
Was it a passing conversation, or?
No, someone asked me a question, or assuming that I had played more of the game than I did.
Oh, okay.
And I was like... And it's like one of a huge supporter of my show. So I was like, I'm not mad at him. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Wish I didn't read that email.
Honest
but,
mistake, yeah.
It's on me. I take that. It's on me.
Yeah, it's like a thing with it now, like, because I want to be...
Yeah.
So, like, I'll usually, like, whatever, I'll just take it. I'll take the hit of, like, having something ruined for me. If I want to know, if I want to keep up and be a part of the conversation, it depends.
Actually, I think I have. Now, has everybody here played The Last of Us?
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody has. 'Cause
Everybody who cares, yes.
Everybody who
I'm
cares,
about to
yes.
have a minor. Well, it's not a minor. It's not the end of the game, but it's right around the middle.
Okay.
So we take you to that famous scene where Joel falls and he gets impaled. I remember seeing him in a different outfit that I hadn't seen him before in coverage.
Yeah.
So I was like, he can't die. I know that he can't die because of because obviously that happens and it's like out of fucking nowhere and it's an amazing scene, super powerful. But I remember like when I was reading coverage of the game, being like, wait a minute, have I seen him in this yet? I haven't. Fuck. That just ruined the fact. I know he's not going to die now.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff like that because I overthink that way too much, and I have a pretty good memory about that kind of stuff. So, like, I'll do the same thing of like, well, I haven't seen, and it did it all throughout Metal Gear because I watched all the trailers. So, like, I haven't seen this yet, so I know that this is still going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to meet this person. And, like, for example, there is a scene in one of the trailers in Metal Gear that, like, I kept going back to, like, thinking, like, when am I going to see that? So, like, you know, having that stuff in your mind, like, totally, like, I'll keep going back to that well in my head, like, thinking, like, well, I haven't seen this, so it's not over yet.
Yeah. So that's the only time I can think of that being ruined for me.
Yeah, so far I've been pretty good as far as that with Uncharted 4, and just in particular, like, other than the shit that I saw at PSX and the beginning of that E3 demo. I still haven't seen like the second part of that, but like
I watched the second part of it. It wasn't that much, so like.
Yeah, I mean, but like I wouldn't be surprised about those set piece moments. So
I agree.
I don't even remember what happens mostly, so I'll remember it in the moment. But yeah, like that's understandable. Like I watched a whole bunch of Witcher stuff. I shouldn't have. Same with Metal Gear, but like those two games I was fine with because there's still so much more of that.
I mean, like probably like the biggest things I get leaks from is just listening to podcasts.
Yeah,
because like they always do like like I listen to the Giant Bomb cast a lot, and they're not very good. They don't give a fuck about like spoilers for the most part.
Yeah,
I mean, and I understand that when I listen to that show, but like I was actually really good with keeping on pace with Metal Gear before they actually said something on the show, so that was really good. And when I beat the game, and like I didn't get anything spoiled for me, so that was great for me.
Same.
So not to rub it in, but
it's all good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what does actually usually affect me leak-wise is like the leak end before E3, where like everything fucking just leaks.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like because I'm so tapped in, Alex, you probably feel this too. A lot of you guys can. Like E3 is almost ruined for me by Sunday, where I'm just like, well, I know everything that's gonna probably be at the show. Like even when Final Fantasy VII got announced, I was like, as soon as I was able to put it together really fast in a trailer.
Yeah,
I didn't have that moment where like 10 seconds into that trailer, I was like, holy shit, are they really doing this?
That's exactly what I said. There's a video of me saying that shit, like, oh my god, they're fucking doing this.
But I was like, it would have been like mind melting if I had no idea. Just went into that, like when I went and watched Inception for the first time, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Like,
yeah.
I almost wish I could go back into E3s like that, like when I was a kid and watching it on G4 and be like, oh my god! And every insider's like, yeah, we knew that on Thursday.
Yeah. It's like, I've started adopting a policy of like once a press conference starts, I stop checking Twitter, because that stuff will just start sending out press releases a few minutes before it's announced officially by accident. So like I've just got into it. So like hopefully I don't know too much going into a press conference, and that way some of it's a surprise. But you're right, that happens all the time. It's hard to have like an actual surprising E3. That's why Nintendo is always usually fun because their shit almost never leaks.
Or it'd be really terrible.
Yeah, or nothing. They just won't announce anything.
Or
That's a real good way to avoid leaks.
There's actually just there's nothing. But they've always got like some weird shit up their sleeve, like puppets or something. So
I mean, that was an awesome intro.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know. It's a big thing that happens a lot. Now for me, it's like I'll see like movie leaks like constantly. Like movie leaks are such a huge issue. Like so many set photos from Captain America 3. I'm like, man, at this point I don't want to see it. I kind of just want to see the movie because I'm not as wired into that. So
I mean, like, isn't like maybe like majority of Batman versus Superman like out right now or something like that?
There's a ton of press photos out there. So
yeah, like the photo of Suicide Squad where Batman's in the photo.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, man. Wow, how cool would that have been if I was just watching it and I was like, oh shit, there's Batman. But like, nah, I know he's coming.
Yeah. So it is rough. Yeah, if I know like Persona 5, like I'm gonna be pretty good about it. Not that Atlas fucking says anything about that game anyway. So
They won't even say when it's coming out.
yeah, they won't even they won't even say when it's coming out. So like the stuff that I care about, I know how to avoid. So
It's a first world problem.
yeah, that's it. That's the show. You made it, Sean.
Awesome.
You survived.
Thank you for having me. It's just
We're gonna send you a shirt that says I podcasted for 4.5 hours and all I got was this stupid shirt. So. We should start there.
That was. No, I really had a good time. Thank you. I hope you guys liked having me. I talk a lot. I apologize.
No, it's been fun. So if you'd like to be a part of the show and contact us, you can send us an email, mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. That's MAILSACK @irrationalpassions.com.
Or dick pics.
And or dick pics. Please don't send us dick pics.
Too late.
Let me tell you about the spam mail we've been getting recently. We've been getting like fake FedEx notices. Something has been charged to a credit card that doesn't exist from a fake FedEx email address. And I'm like, I've never seen this kind of weird phishing spam before. And they want me to download and open this file that they're sending me. I'm like, no. I don't even own a credit card. There's not one attached to this email account. So
you need to start. You need to get a credit card, son.
I know. I need to start building credit. But that's a whole other thing. So like, if you're getting those kinds of spam emails, the person out there, don't open them. Is my recommendation.
I work IT for a school district, and you wouldn't believe the shit that we see. They're like, I walked into, and I shit you not, I walked into the principal's office, and the secretary goes, "So did you know that I might have already won $100 million?" And I laughed, and she was like, "I downloaded this thing on my computer, and now it won't turn on." I'm like, oh, "Are you kidding me?"
What did your parents teach you? Anything?
Yeah. She's like, "I thought, like, why not? What's the worst that could happen?" I'm like, "This is the worst that can happen. Now you're probably someone is already probably using your social security number."
Yeah, pretty much. You can also leave us a voicemail, 404-590-1337. Standard long-distance fees do apply. That one's a little bit harder to send us like spam, but it's happened before. So,
Robert,
the infamous. I'm calling about a. Anyway, you can follow each of us on Twitter. I'm at AlFighter27. Spells just like it sounds. Scott is at WhatTechuz. Nobshin's at NabeShin. 186.
Oh, that was even slurrier than usual.
Yeah, right. I'm more of a mess than I normally am. Tony's at Tony Horvath, all one word, and Sean, you're at Sean Twisters, all one word.
I am. That is a fact.
That's an easy Twitter handle. I like it.
That's the whole point of it. I changed it. It used to be NJ Sean Pitts because there's somebody, some cop out there who has Sean Pitts, and I've sent him an unbelievable amount of nasty tweets, but he won't give it to me. So now I'm Sean Twisters. Twister is a submission in jiu-jitsu where you break someone's spinal cord. So it's my favorite submission in jiu-jitsu. So
okay, don't do that to me, please.
I remember when I did jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah, and then I fell over like immediately.
You were just like, my defense.
Self-defense. Don't kill me.
Take my wallet. What's the number for the voicemail again?
404-590-1337.
I thought that was leading into something. I was like, oh.
No, I'm just gonna have some fun with that number.
Okay. We were told that Barrett was going to send us something. Like he told me he was gonna call in and update me on some weird porn thing, but never mind. Some other stuff. Rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us out a lot. Follow the site on Twitter at IrrationalPod. Go to VGEvo.com. Check out the awesome podcast network that we are a part of. You can catch me on Indus. Like I said, it's 374 is the number of that episode. Go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/IrrationalPassions. You can watch the video version for this show with tons of fantastic bonus content with Sean Pitts, so check that out. And, of course, tell your friends. Word of mouth is the best way to spread the love. Sean, one more time for the people listening at home, more of your stuff.
You guys can go to my Twitter, at Sean Twisters. That's where I tweet everything. But if you guys want to find me specifically, look for Nerds of the Round Table, spelled with a K. KNERDS of the Round Table. Mm-hmm. That's my show. I do it every week. We talk about nerdy culture, movies, mostly video games because that's my expertise, obviously. But it's a lot of fun.
Yep.
And I Twitch. I stream and stuff. Twitch.tv/Sean Twisters.
Yeah. Cool. And of course, anything Irrational Passions and all this stuff. How you can find Sean's stuff. You can find on our website, IrrationalPassions.com. I'm going to opt us out of a closing topic this week, since I do have some homework I'd like to get done. And we have been going for over 2 hours already, so that's it for the show. Yeah, that's nothing. It's true. We haven't tortured you too much, Sean.
No, I honestly, it's been a pleasure. It really has been, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you to Danny Wiesner for our opening and closing music of Two Player Co-op and The World is Saved, respectively.
But Alex.
Yeah?
We were supposed to Netflix and chill.
We're going to Netflix and chill next week, okay, Tony?
Okay.
I think I'm seeing if Jarrett can come on next week, so... He's a big fan of Netflix and chilling.
I like
so.
how you put just a little bit of stank on that name.
Oh yeah, Jarrett.
Jarrett.
But thank you, Danny Wiesner. Thank you, Sean Pitts, for joining us. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Nobshin, as always, for being my partners and cohorts in crime and podcasting. I've been your host, Alex O'Neill. Play your game, stay rational. We'll talk to you all next week.
Keep recording.
Yeah, so you want to keep
Don't
recording,
stop.
Sean.
Never
Okay.
stop.
So this is not going to be on the show?
No, this is going to be on the show.
I was going to tell you about my bowel movements, but no, we'll wait.
You can tell me in a little bit. Okay, so Nobshin's been writing down titles, and we're gonna group together. We're gonna pick the titles that we like the most, and then the most popular one out of all of our picks will be the title for the show.
Alrighty.
So if you go in the Google Doc, it's all the way at the bottom.
Alright,
The titles
so-
are listed.
The titles.
Tony, tell me about Titless.
We got a rapey lumberjack. Baby, I've got to kill the Taken King. Hurricane LaQuisha. Blowjobs Club. Can I get a witness? So are you excited for Avengers 2? It's fine.
Yeah, redo that.
Yeah.
Walking voice.
It's fine.
It's great. It's so good. It's fine.
Whoa, this guy, he's got claws. Taking me around the back.
Somebody needs a witness.
Oh.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Dodge roll equals good game. Walking on sunshine. Get on my level. Augment your never. All I know is fine dining and breathing.
Solid.
I podcasted for 4 hours and all I got was this stupid shirt.
What do you like, Sean?
I don't know, they're all pretty good.
They're all pretty good.
I personally, I have to go with So Are You Excited for Avengers 2? It's only because that hits so close to home in my rear.
Okay. Scott, what about you?
I am between.
I see you stalling for time as you open the
Yep.
Google Doc.
Yep.
Got him.
I am between.
If I drop oh wait, no, we're still recording. Never mind.
Yeah. Not yet.
Hmm.
Can I get a witness?
Oh, there we go. Dodge roll.
Can I get
good
a
ga-
witness?
Dodge roll equals good game.
Okay.
And the can I get a witness?
Can I
I
get
was
a
like,
witness?
where are the two? I was like, there was one about the witness because we could
Yeah.
say it the entire time,
Yeah, the witness, the video
and
game.
the dodge roll thing was kind of funny.
Nobshin?
Can I get a witness?
Tony?
Witness.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm changing mine.
Alright.
Cool. Sean, I'm going to write out a phrase I'd like you to say. That's all I'm going to need from you.
In my walk-in or normal?
You can do it however you want. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's however you want. You are listening.
This is like your one chance to get him to say whatever you want, Alex.
It's true.
Oh no.
That's the phrase I have bold right there. I'll make it big.
In the Google Doc?
Yeah. I'll highlight it.
Oh Jesus.
This is how the magic happens.
Is it that you are listening to?
Yeah. And who wants to say the title? I can say it if no one wants to.
Go for it.
See, I can't say you're listening to Irrational Passions in my walk-in.
Yeah, I figure that it's hard.
I can say "whoa" really well. That's why I always go "whoa." You're listening to Irrational Passions podcast episode 247.
Can I get a witness? There you go. That was good. That was perfect. You woke.
Yeah. See, I have to channel it.
Yeah, it comes to you. You can stop recording now.
All right.
To our video viewers, I love all of you.
Now, do I hit stop or do I hit the record button?
You can
again?
hit this. You can hit stop. You can hit the space bar. That'll stop recording.
I hit stop.
There you go. That works.
I'm gonna drop a link in the chat real quick. Can you guys do me a quick favor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm stopping the video. Bye bye, video people.